right, man. Just like the Knicks coming out slow and
Oh
flat to
man.
begin this one. So let's run it back. Man, disappointing loss. The Knicks entered this game up 2-0 in the series, looking to take a 3-0 lead on the Boston Celtics. And just like our audio to begin this show, non-existent. That was the offense and the defense today for New York as the Celtics would come out hitting all their threes, whether it was Tatum, Brown, Horford, White, Pritchard, you name them. The entire Celtics team was knocking down threes and their offense was in a groove while the Knicks were struggling to get in an offensive groove themselves. But then in the second quarter, that Knicks defense that we were impressed with in those first two games was just non-existent. Knicks were just caught in a blunder, giving the Celtics even more of a runway to create even a greater lead. They're up damn near 30 points. And then entering the second half, while the Knicks were able to fix their defense, they had to play damn near a perfect game in order to make a miraculous comeback. And just for more turnovers, more inability to hone in on the details, the Knicks were incapable of bringing this thing back in the balance to even put the Celtics on their heels. Ultimately, the Knicks would lose this one 115 to 93. We even saw Tom Thibodeau clear the bench with about 3 minutes to go. So you know how it's going. If Tibbs is clearing the bench with 3 minutes to go. So we're gonna talk about it. Got to hear your thoughts on this one, everybody. Salute the Knicks Nation. Thank you all for tuning for another KFTV post game live. Technical difficulty, just like the Knicks. Can't figure things out, man. But we're trying to get there. All right. We're working on Discord because we're gonna take your calls today. So as our producer Daniel is working on the Discord, make sure the audio is crispy clean. We're just going to talk to you for a bit, break this thing down, then hopefully get to some calls. Man, make sure it's that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. With me on the other side is my guy CK2K, as you know, play-by-play guy himself, doing a miraculous job today as always. I'm your host, Alex Chatters, aka the Tradcaster. Let's talk about it, CK. How you feeling, bro? How you feeling after this game?
I mean, it's a mixture of emotions. You know what I mean? Like, it was obvious that the Celtics were going to come out as well as they did. They shot well. We're going to talk about that. They played well. They figured out that, they shouldn't get too excited when they're up by 20-some points. They should keep attacking, and they did just that. I think my disappointment is more so on how flat we came out. Like, I don't know. At some point, Alex, we have to play offense in the playoffs at some point. And I'm not talking about in the fourth quarter. I'm talking about to start off a game. At some point, we've got to figure this out. I know we love to blame the crowd because, the rich folk are the only ones that are able to go to the Garden and whatnot, but they're not the ones on the floor. I need them to play like there's 4 quarters in the game and not 1.5. That's just my only disappointment. Yeah, it was obvious that the defending champions were going to fight in this game, surprise to nobody. But man, oh man, did we just roll over and play dead, bro. Oh my goodness. We're gonna talk about the stats. I'm not gonna bring up any stats, any names, nothing like that. Just disappointed in how we lost more so than the loss itself. That's the simple way I can put it.
Yeah, man, it's just disappointing. I mean, you would, and the thing is that it's not one. It's not an anomaly at this point. It's that the Knicks consistently come out flat. Like the lack of execution on offense is the most glaring thing for this team right now because they have not found an offensive rhythm at all through any part like of this postseason. And maybe we could talk about that 21-0 run they had against Detroit, right, in game one last series. But even that was more so because of Detroit's inexperience turning over the ball so many times and the Knicks just being able to capitalize in transition. But we haven't seen anything crisp like the beginning of this season, CK, where we're finding Cat at the high post, just finding guys cutting left and right for easy layups, backdoor cuts. There's nothing like that right now. And it just seems like every single shot that they're taking against Boston, they have to truly fight and grind just to even create an open look. And just a tough night for our role players, while the Celtics role players were just able to steamroll right on through. And I mean, let's just get into it, man. We could talk about, OG Anunoby, who, defense was okay. He had an okay game today. He was a little flat-footed in my opinion, but offensively, bro, it is unacceptable. Unacceptable to go 1 of 6 from the field and only have 2 points, and 0 of 2 from downtown, 2 boards, 1 assist. Not a great game for OG. The defense was, like I said, okay. I thought it could have been a little bit better. I
Yeah,
know for
yeah.
team wise, they went back to the drop coverage for parts of it, which made no sense considering it's never worked against Boston. I
I
don't know
know.
why they did that. We it's like, hold on, guys. We found something that worked, and now we're changing up the scheme to go to
Uh,
something, revert to something that never worked. So, regardless, that's a team thing. But OG today, man, not a great game for me, bro. Not a great game.
Yeah, man. And it just seemed like he never wanted to get himself going. Like there's times where he got the ball on the baseline on the sideline, and you're thinking that all right, this is the opportunity where he goes, he does his drive. Every time he shot the ball today, and I'm gonna rewatch it to make sure I'm not over exaggerating, but it felt like every time OG shot the ball today, he stuttered and second guessed before every single shot. I will double check to make sure I'm not completely wrong, but I don't think he took one shot confidently, even though the 2 points he made, like it just felt like everything out of him today was so tentative, so scared. That was the Knicks in a whole in the first half, to be real. But for OG tonight, it just the D was missing out of DOG. Like the dog was not there tonight. He was looking like a little puppy, and he wasn't trying to get himself going, and it was very odd. I mean, I know we're gonna hear in the comments and in these phone calls people are going to say that we needed to get the ball to OG. We need to, put OG in his spot and stuff like that. I get all that, but at the same time, OG has done a great job in these playoffs. Hell, in the majority of the season at getting himself going by being OG. So that all of a sudden now fall back on that. I'm gonna put the onus on OG that like, bro, we need you. Like for you to have 2 points in this game, there's a big reason why we was down by 30 something points without any effort from you, 14, 10, whatever it could be. That's huge. And you mentioned the defense being okay. A defense, even then, but again, like you said, with the drop coverage, it's hard for me to put it all on OG because I think once they realized we were back to drop coverages, they went back to the whole switching thing. So they did a very good job at taking OG off of his major assignments today as well. I'm sure we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, it was just very odd to see when we're home with this energy we have 2-0 in this series against the defending champs. That the first game, I mean, you saw the videos from before the game started. You saw the energy from the fans, from the New York's finest celebs that were in the building that were here. Everybody, videos everywhere. Everyone's hyped up for it. The energy's through the roof. And that's the first quarter we got. It just blows my mind. Bro, when I was playing high school or even playing rec league, just when the 1 or 2 games that my girl could show up, that's all I needed, bro. I'm like, oh, yeah, today's gonna be that game. But hell, like if I got my girl and like a homie or two are in the building, I'm hyped up, man. Like, oh, this game's about to be real. They had the whole city ready to go. And we had the word. It's just, yeah, it's just a disappointing game. Disappointing at its finest.
Dude, they came out flat. As you said, as we just discussed, they were not awake in that first. I mean, and look, you even saw it offensively. A few shots they put up, they couldn't do anything, and then the Celtics were like, "All right, they're a little tense. We got to like." They played with as a team that had their backs against the wall. And look, we could talk about OG. I mean, Bridges. I'm not going to kill Bridges just because he's been the hero in the first 2 games, but the one thing I will say offensively for this guy is that we got to figure out how to get him going early, man. We can't wait for fourth quarter heroics all the time.
Yeah.
And this is not necessarily a Bridges thing. This is more of a Tibbs thing at this point. Like, I get that we have Brunson, but like, we got to figure out ways to get these role players, and I'm talking about OG, Bridges, Hart, involved early. So that way, when you're looking at the Celtics team and how they're playing defense, because they're ready to lock in on Towns. You saw how they were doubling him, tripling him in the paint. They were playing physical against Towns. Brunson, you know what Drew Holiday's about to do. They're trying to double, they're trying to flash so that way they make Brunson think twice before he tries to attack the lane.
And it worked.
But you need to get these guys going because it will open everything up for your 2 stars. And that's what the Celtics are prepared for. They know they know what the recipe is. Towns, Brunson's going to get going, then everyone else is going to fill in. It's got to be reversed at some point. So I think Bridges is the guy that can Mic check.
Alex, you're muted. No sound. Sorry, when it rains, it pours.
Man,
So what a that's just what today was, Today is.
this is truly what is
Oh,
happening.
you can hear me. Hi, check. Why? That's weird. We're on the same thing.
Oh, we're all good. Are we good now? Can
Everybody's
you all
muted
hear
too.
me? Audio is out. Back on. Back on.
Check. Everybody, we're both
All right,
here.
we bet we good. We good. All right, CK, go back to your Bridges thing.
All I was gonna say was Bridges. Yes. To your point, yeah. Tim, but this has been a thing for the whole season long when it comes to Tom Thibodeau using Mikal Bridges. We got to figure that out. But in this one, I'm gonna put a little bit more onus on Bridges than I feel like in previous games because he was the one that got it going. One of the sole people that got it going for us in that third quarter and then disappeared. My least favorite play was the one where he drove. I don't know if you remember this, Alex. Drove to the basket, lost his defender, had him on the hip, his left hip. And instead of going up for the layup to at least maybe go for layup and get some contact, he decided to jump and pass it back the other direction to Josh Hart. Now, luckily, he caught it, but that lost us our fast break. And he did that several times. There was 2 times where he was afraid he was going to get blocked. Those are the kind of things that it just felt like that was just the energy from this team in this game. And Bridges had a lot of those moments, which irritated me. OG had a lot of those moments. And hell, even Jalen Brunson. I know we're going to talk about that too. But that just in whole from what we were just talking about, I just feel like in whole for this team, it just felt like it was just this. I don't know if it was a nervousness. I don't know if we keep using the word tended. I don't know what it was, but these guys need to understand, like, and they said it. They said all the right things in post game that they're gonna come out here. The mentalities there's 0-0. We gotta win. They didn't play like that today. They played like this was a game that it's okay if we don't get it. We tried it. Nah, we're just not hitting our shots today. We gotta try again on Monday. And I from Mikal Bridges to arguably, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, Alex. This probably, even though it didn't come in the fourth quarter and it was less points than game 2, this is arguably probably one of his best all-around offensive games, right? Because he scored 12 points, 6 for 10 throughout the totality of the game. It didn't all just come in one quarter and one little bunch. Like he got them all throughout the entirety of the game. Shot a high percentage, but it's just like this entire team. I feel like the energy was just off from everybody but Precious Achiuwa. I feel like he was the only one that wanted to play. Everybody else just was not here today.
Yeah, Precious came out there with the energy. I mean, even had a good had a good finish, after a pump fake and drive. You know,
Twice, twice,
twice.
twice. It's a big deal. Go ahead. Sorry.
But for Bridges too, man, and you're exactly right. Like there was some like mid ranges, the 3-point, like he gave up a 3-pointer. I think you
Yeah.
talked about gave up a 3-pointer, drove, and
Yeah.
then Brown was able to recover and get it. It's like, dude, just like take the first shot. It's like a
Yeah.
lot of it's not only Bridges, a lot of guys were just
Yeah.
tense to shoot today. Even Towns had some 3-pointers. I'm like, bro, even late in the fourth quarter, it was like you had a wide open look. He thought. And then he's like, all right, I'll put up the shot. And it came short. It hit the front iron. But man, like this is a team that is supposed to be reliant on their offense. And these guys were shook. And I gotta think back to shout out to my guys Bryce Simon, who covers the Detroit Pistons. And he mentioned how for the Pistons, he's like he was worried about the Pistons not being able to rise to the occasion because of how electric the arena would be for them. And I'm kind of thinking, is that the same thing for the Knicks right now? Is the arena too electric for these guys that they have to be away in order to perform? And I mean
Yeah.
that's a whole conversation to have because every away team is having a great grand old time winning on the home, like the team that has a home court advantage is like own arena. But this is just craziness at this
I
point.
hate it, man. Yeah, no, so many people in chat in this chat and in play by play all made the same joke that maybe we just gotta go in there and start booing our guys. It's that simple. It's that simple. We went in there. What's it called? Mitchell Robinson missed his first free throw. They gave him a standing airball the second one. Everybody sat down holding their head. We just gotta boo these guys, bro. Is that at this point? Like I think that's what this team. We just thrive on this negativity. Like I don't know what else it could be because Alex, we lost the last 3 home games in the playoffs.
Insane.
Like, make that make sense to me. Like, we are crazy on the road, which is great, but in the playoffs, when It blows my mind, Alex. It blows my mind. But yeah, maybe we just got to go in there and start booing, y'all.
Dude.
You know, we got to get a thumbs. We got to get a thumbs down again from somebody. Somebody thumbs down. Like we got to get to that level because I don't know what else we're supposed to do. Because I get it. People are upset about the prices, which you should be. The prices for the tickets were crazy. But I honestly, I can't blame the crowd for this one because they were ready. They were
They
ready
were
for
ready. They were absolutely ready today.
to blow up. But the Knicks just didn't give them a moment to blow up. So I that to me, like I just cannot ponder like what it is. I don't it maybe like you said, Alex, maybe it is a nervousness. I don't know. But shake it off because we ain't winning this series if we cannot handle these gimmies, these games at home where we need to be handling business. And arguably, we say it all the time, arguably the best home court in the building, but we the only team that don't realize it's our own home court because everybody else feels like they can go. The Celtics shot way better in this garden than they did in their own garden. Like blows my mind, man. Blows my mind.
Absolutely blows my mind.
I
And
can
yeah,
go
I can hear you, Daniel. Man, right before we start taking calls, you know, I think defensively is just where I look back at this team, man. I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, it's truly what were we doing in the first half? Because the thing is that in the first two games, the Knicks were more than capable of making the Celtics feel uncomfortable from shooting threes. And they stayed home, they switched, they didn't do any drop coverage, they didn't do anything of that nature. They just stayed home. They stayed on the perimeter because they knew exactly what the Celtics wanted to do. And then in today's game, it's just like, oh no, we're gonna hedge off a little bit. Even the one where you have Tatum just shoot an open, I think it was right from the left elbow, and it's like it's OG is like dropping back, and he's like, "Yo, Towns, get out there, like get out there, go get somebody." Or even when Pritchard like team was in a blender, no one was around Pritchard, and you just see him shoot a wide open from the elbow from the corner three, you know. And the thing is like the Celtics are so good at once they start knocking down threes, they can just they know that they're going to create open lanes for themselves because now everyone's going to push out right, and that's fine. If they want to start driving the lane, that's also fine. But the bigger issue is then when we start to protect the paint, like when we had Bridges and Brunson defending Brown on the right, was it? It was the left baseline. He was on the left baseline, and then he's able to find Pritchard all the way in the right corner. I'm like, dude, we don't need to double. Like, let them go one on one. Let them take twos. This team is more than lethal from three. We cannot protect the paint. We just can't. We cannot keep doing that. And it's that was probably the most frustrating thing about today's game is we completely went away from the defensive strategy that worked. And it's like, why even make a change? Don't change anything if it's working.
Yeah. Tibbs wants that 7-game series, man. Tibbs out here trying to sell tickets. He doing the NBA's job, man. Tibbs helping him out. Tibbs over here trying to sell tickets.
Man, he's selling out now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Tibbs out here selling out, man. Don't switch this game. Okay, we'll go back to drop coverage. Don't play the bench. Okay.
He had a parlay, huh? He had a Celtics parlay going. Man. That's what he did. God,
man, tough one. It's like you said, it's more disappointing than anything else. We knew it was gonna be tough. I can't say it enough. We knew it was gonna be tough. It's just I wish we came out with a little bit more energy in this game. First game home, as excited as you knew the fan base was, and this is the way we came out. Ugh. On to Monday. On to Monday.
On to Monday indeed. Salute to Knicks Nation. Thank you all for tuning in for another KFTV post game live. With me on the other side is my guy CK2K. I'm your host, Alex Harris, aka the Stratocaster. Let's get into this. Let's start taking some calls. So bear with us as we test out the audio on the Discord to make sure that it's working. So bear with us, people. We're going to test to make sure that it works, and then hopefully we can get to some of your calls. Okay, so give us a second. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, CK, mute your mic for a second.
Yep.
All right. All right. Can you all hear us? Can you hear us? Let us know. Let us know that if you can hear us. All right. Sounds like it's working. All right. So let's get to some of the calls now. All right, it's working. So let's now get to some of these calls. All right, let's get to We'll bring out, see who we got here. We got, tell me this is working now. All right, there we go. Starting to load up the Discord. Got to get people on. Got to hear your takes. Knicks Fix. Please unmute your mic. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what up, fellas, bro?
Oh, man, it's tough, man. Still staying positive just because, look, this is a 7-game series. We're still up 2-1. But this one was a little, this stung a little bit, man. I wanted to go up 3-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. This is the first game all season that I couldn't finish. Like I just couldn't watch. It was just so disappointing. Yeah, this one I actually just like cut the game off before the fourth quarter started. I'm like, yo, it's two things I wanted to say, guys. The first thing is like there's a level of pride, right? Like a level of intensity you got to come out with in the playoff games. Like you can't come out in the third game in a row and you're down 20 plus to start the game. Like, you know, at the beginning of the game, there's so many bunnies, so many easy shots we're missing. We're just chucking up shots, and then the level of intensity picks up in the third quarter. But you got to bring that in the first quarter, man. And the second thing is, it goes to what CK was saying. I think the level of the fans want to cheer, but the level of I feel this is my theory. The prices are so high that you kind of price out all the real fans, right? So like the real fans aren't in there going wild, going crazy. But I mean, regardless, like they're not giving you a reason to really cheer. This is like I had a feeling we would split at home, but I mean it's just disappointing, man. Like Mikhail coming out, just turning the ball over. There were 2 times he was caught in the air, just chucked it backward. Josh Hart breaking shots, Cat breaking shots. It's like, oh boy. I mean, I think we'll get the split. I mean, if we don't, then this series is pretty much like up for grabs. Anyway, stay up, fellas. Let's see what happens on Monday.
Appreciate the call, Knicks Fix. And
hey,
great call indeed. And look, I do believe look, man, I called this series going 7 in the Knicks' favor to begin with, so I was expecting a dogfight. Obviously, I'd love it to be a lot shorter and the Knicks to come out here and just play a more dominant game, but to come out flat and to not have any life, man, it just has to be better than this. And you know, I see a lot of the conversation now on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. People are saying now Game 4 is a must win. They were saying today was a must win, which I don't necessarily agree with. But CK, what's your opinion? Yeah. Do you think Monday is a must win?
Yes, Monday for sure is a must win. I didn't think Game 3 was. We knew we were going to see another version of the Celtics. But in this situation, because like he said at the end of the call just now, if we lose Game 4, then this series is right back into anybody's game. We have we're still up 2-1 at the end of the day. I don't care how ugly today was. At the end of the day, we're still up 2-1. So technically, we're still in the driver's seat. We lose Game 4, that's out the window. We're going right back to Boston. You gotta believe, even though anything's possible, you gotta believe is looking to not repeat how Game 1 and 2 went. They're trying to redeem themselves in front of their own fans. Game 4 is a must win for sure for the New York Knicks to go forward, for sure. Especially since we don't know how to be winning these games at home. There's no guarantee that even if we lose Game 4 and we win Game 5, that we're going to come back to Game 6 and win all of a sudden. Because what's our record too in winning at home for elimination games, Alex? I don't even remember what it was. Some crazy.
I don't want to talk about that, man.
We talked about. Yeah, so no, I definitely believe Game 4 is a must win.
Well, look, man, here's the cool thing. If they win Game 4, then they go back to Boston for Game 5. And so, look, they don't have to be home to close it out. You know what I mean? They don't have to be home to close it out. So please win Game 4. Just win Game 4. I agree with you that it's a must win. And it's not even the one thing that they have to really do is that they just need to come out and show that now they're on their heels, right? The same desperation that the Celtics played with today, the Knicks have to do that on Monday. It's going to be a quick turnaround time, but you're home. You don't have to travel anywhere. You're supposed to be comfortable here. These are your fans. This is your fan base. They're out there rooting for you. All right. There's no reason you should go out there and feel tense. That you are currently in the driver's seat. Go out there and play loose. Boston has a lot more to prove. But now that we're up 2-1, man, we gotta win this series. Like just fall off the face of the earth. You got to go out there. You got to go compete. You got to go take this series, man. You did your job. You went to Boston. You took 2 on the road. Get 1 at home. All right. We knew Boston was going to bounce back some way. They were not going to just shoot, poil from 3 this entire series. I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, but the fact that it was all the role players, that this is the question. Can the role players for the Celtics continue to translate this into Monday? Because as everyone's always talked about, and as we know, man, role players play better at home than they do on the road. Now, things aren't changing at this point. Every away team is capable of playing. I don't even know if this even makes any point anymore. I don't even know what we're even discussing. But
yeah,
you got to go out and win Monday, and you got to show that you care, man. You got to go out there and execute. You can't continue to put yourself in a hole, man. Just can't do that. But let's get back to the phones, man. We got King Matthews on the line. King Matthews, unmute your mic, please. What's happening?
How your fellas doing tonight?
Look, man, still optimistic, like I said. Still optimistic. We're up 2-1. Not a great game for the Knicks. Came out a little too flat, but we move on to Monday.
Yeah, man. Tough. It was a tough game to watch. I thought they'll at least come back, but after Peyton Pritchard hit that 3 over Mitchell Robinson, it was wrapped, man, after that, man. But honestly, bro, like CK said, I was not looking for this game to be a must-win game. I was looking for game 4 because, the Celtics, they're a good three-point shooting team, even though they shot bad first 2 games. Coming to Madison Square Garden, anyone's going to go shoot out at MSG, man. Anyone's going to go out, man. Derek White, Pritchard, anyone. Even the Knicks, yeah. But, yeah, man, I'm not too worried. I still think the Knicks would take this series, but they got to believe in themselves and do what they got to do. Because if the Celtics come away and win game 4, that is a danger. They're in danger, man. Because even though winning in Boston, now Celtics, they're going to have a better chance. So all they got to do is stay focused and win games. We're trusting y'all. And I just feel bad for the people that paid $9,000 or $900 for them tickets to see that blowout. Yeah, prayers for them, man. But yeah, Knicks in 5, Knicks in 6, just to be nice. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all take it easy, fellas.
Appreciate you, King Matthews. Always appreciate you tapping in. And look, the last thing you want to do is give the Celtics confidence. They got a little bit of confidence today. They won. They took a game on our home court. Knicks were flat. The last thing you need them to do is win game 4 and then get even more confidence going back to Boston and going into enemy territory. Well, we got to go back to enemy territory, and then, you can't give them any room to breathe, man. You can't do that to teams, all right? Cannot do that. Let's keep going down the line, man. We got Zach in LA on the line. Zach, what's happening, bro?
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, man.
How you doing? How you
It's
guys
another
doing
day,
today?
man.
Another day, right? You know what? At least we're still up 2-1. I mean, we looked as lackluster as it gets. I mean, we couldn't play defense. Nothing was dropping for us, especially in that first half. I mean, we just looked absolutely a shell of ourselves. So, I mean, what can you do when they're dropping everything and we're hitting nothing? That's it's just a hard way to win a game. So you can't always win them, but at the same time, we're still up 2-1. We have game 4 coming up. We have a Knicks team that obviously knows what's ahead of them, and they got to come back with a vengeance. That's really the matter at hand.
That's right, Zach. Got to come back with a vengeance. Got to show like they actually are awake and care in game 4 for sure. For sure. Appreciate the call, my man. Appreciate you tapping in.
Always salute to Knicks Nation, man.
Got to show some aggression. Got to show some life. Show some life, man. And you know what's sad, CK? They always do this, and especially in this series. They show more life in the third quarter than they do in the first half, which I mean, what has happened with this team where, hold on. CK, we cover this team for, I know you always say for all 81 because you took Christmas off. I get it, man. It's Christmas.
We
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, I get you. You're all 81. All 82 though is the phrase around here. Yeah. But look, you and I both know that this team always has a third quarter of doom. Right? Like during the regular season, third quarter of doom. Team would come out like fresh, hot, whatever, man. In the first quarter, second quarter always got a little bit dicey, but third quarter was like, yo, what? Did y'all just take a nap? Did y'all just have like some soul food? What are you eating, man? Some collard greens? You got some mac and cheese in you on the third quarter? Is that what y'all eating? And they come out sluggish? Somehow, CK, they have flipped the script to now say, you know what? We're gonna just surprise everybody in the second half. We'll wait for our third quarter to give it our best. No, stop, please.
Yeah,
no more of that.
Yeah, imagine a team playing all 4 quarters. That's all I'm asking for. And yeah, it's been this weird trend where I joked on it after game 1. Like, yeah, it all of a sudden now we're flipping the switch, and now we just remembered how the third quarter works. It took what 82. I almost said 81, 82 plus the playoffs to be like, oh yeah, we probably got to play in this third quarter. But yeah, I don't know what it is, man. How do we get that kind of juice in the first half when the first quarter, when the buzzer begins? Why does it take us so long to be locked into these games? It's like our team is just full of psychos that thrive to be in they want that thrill of being in a deficit and playing for something. Like, I don't know what it is, Alex. I don't know what it is. But man, we just play these games on Hall of Fame mode for no damn reason. Night in, night out in the playoffs. We didn't ask for you to press start, go to settings, go to Hall of Fame. They playing on pro because they making threes. They ended that first quarter missing what, 1 or 2 threes. Tatum didn't miss his first three till the end of the second. And we over here in Hall of Fame mode running around. It feels like we take all 24 to get our shot up and it's just one person dribbling. Man, 4 quarters of basketball. Alex, the game we play a full 4 quarters, I feel sorry for that team. That's all I'm saying.
The day we play a full 4 quarters, man.
A full 4 quarters.
That means there's a blue moon. The world must be coming to an end. I have no idea, man. The first day we see a full 4 quarters from this team that isn't against a team in the basement. That would be a hell of a thing.
Right.
And to your thing, and to your comment, I mean, look at these numbers, man. I mean, the Celtics shot 80.
Brother.
They shot 86% in the first quarter. It went 6 of 7 from downtown, bro.
Yeah.
6 of 7. 6 of
Pro
7.
Mode, they on pro. Sorry, they on rookie, bro, Alex.
Dude, it's like you don't even have to press the button and it just falls. That's what's happening. You know, you don't gotta press the button, you don't gotta hit the joystick, whatever. It's just like nothing, man.
Rookie,
Nothing. And then while they're shooting 11 of 19 in the first quarter, we're 8 of 23. We can't even find, bro. We couldn't even hit the broadside of a mountain if we tried. It was just brutal, absolutely brutal. Man, and you know, I just feel like something's just got. I don't know what's got to switch, man. The foul trouble for our bigs, man. That definitely took us out of this game too. Between Cat and Mitch both being in foul trouble, you could not be as aggressive. And I'm not blaming the refs, but I thought today was a little too tight.
Brother.
It was a little too tight.
Some of these calls today were ridiculous. You're right. This is not on any way, shape, or form on the refs.
Not at all.
Man, there was some momentum calls that they made that made no sense. That was just like, come on, but we're already flailing. Like, come on. We don't need this right now. But yeah, it was kind of rough. It was kind of
dude. The one where they call the foul on Cat, like on Jaylen Brown, where it's like marginal contact, and I'm like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, and that was coming right after the play on literally right before that where Cat got murderized. Same
which
play.
One? Which play? Because Cat gets murdered, man.
You're right.
You could take a baseball bat to Cat's head. And the next thing you'd be like, nah, that's clean, man. That's clean.
While the ref is looking right at it.
Dude, there was one where there was a moving screen on Drew Holiday when like saying a pick on Brunson. I'm like, oh, it's that type of day. We're just gonna let this all go. All right, man. I was like, I think that was like in the third or fourth quarter. I was like, all right, man. On to the next one. On to Monday. I know Adam Silver said, let me make this call real quick. Hold on, guys. We cannot have a sweep.
Yeah.
Got to get the money out of this.
Again, though, I look. I don't want to take anything away because the Celtics, they did what they're supposed to do.
They did what they had to do, man.
Times. They were hitting their shots today. They were going inside out. They did everything they were supposed to do. I'm just irritated that while they were doing what they're supposed to do, our New York Knicks decided to just take the night off. I think that's what irritates me the most. But
afternoon, my good man, afternoon.
you know, you're right. I'm ready to go to bed already. And yeah, you're right.
You're on the West Coast. How are you ready to go to bed?
Even worse. It's even worse. That's how upset I am with it. I'm just ready to go to sleep, bro. I'm sick of it. Start over. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm moving on.
Oh man. Suits and Knicks Nation, thank you all for tuning in for another KFTV post game live. Today's sponsor is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. People, let me tell you a little bit about something about Morgan & Morgan. With over $25 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients, Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting for you to get you your full and fair compensation. In Florida, a client received $12 million after the insurance company's best offer was just $3,500,000 in Pennsylvania. A client was awarded $26 million, a staggering 40 times the insurance company's original offer after $650K. All right. Look, if you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. All right. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/KFTV or dial #law #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/KFTV #law #529 from yourself. This is a paid advertisement. All right, people? Make sure to go over to Morgan & Morgan. They got over 100 law offices and more than 1,000 lawyers nationwide. So they're there to help you, okay? Make sure to go check them out if you're ever in need of any help. All right. Let's get back to some of these calls, man. Let's talk to the people. We got G on the line. G,
TM.
what's going on?
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. This is your show now. What's going on?
What's going on? I just wanted to make a couple takes. Like, I'm just really frustrated that they came out flat and they didn't have no heart. Like, I was expecting them to. I was expecting Boston to come out and give it all because they're the champs. But I was expecting the Knicks to keep it close, not get blown out on their home court like that. That's just embarrassing. It's just I don't understand what's going on with they can't win a home game. They got one home game out of 5. It's ridiculous. Or 4. And it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense where, especially the first game, like the most anticipated game, you come out. I don't even like. There had to be some nerves in this one where they were just like so. They looked very tense, man. It didn't feel like yes, they came out flat, but it just felt like they were just overwhelmed by the energy, or maybe like just because you could even hear early on like that fan base was ready to go, man. That arena was ready to go. Like they just needed any excuse. Even in the third quarter where they're making their fake comeback run, they're like, you're getting a defense chance, you're getting all that stuff. I'm like, wow, imagine if this team was really rolling today. Imagine.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just like you let that go. Like you don't get you don't get that many opportunities. You gotta take advantage of that.
For sure, G, for sure. Especially on a Saturday, because the next one is on a Monday.
It's on a Monday, exactly. And then now you gave life to the Celtics. Now they're hitting their shots. Now they're getting their confidence back. That doesn't we got game 4 is a must win. Must win. And they gotta take care of home court and bring back that old grit that we used to have back in the 90s where we took care of home usually. And why they go away with the black sneakers again? Because they were wearing black sneakers the other day, and I was like, oh, they're bringing back the 90s vibe. And today they went back to their regular sneakers. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Oh yeah, we caught that. We caught that. And look, appreciate the call as always, G. And I just look at it as like I do like the tradition. It's just a mentality at this point. It's just a mentality where you just need to you just can't come out there, man, and just feel it's your home. Like, how are you feeling tense at home? Like, what are you worried about? Like, everyone's out there rooting for you. No one's going to go out there and just like throw a brick at you like you're missing shots. Look, as you mentioned, Mitch is missing shots. He airballed a free throw again. And everyone's like, come on, Mitch, you got it. Bro, I was so hyped when he hit 2 free throws in a row. I'm like, I dare you to try it again. I was like, dare you to try it again.
Down. That thing.
And then they did it again, and then he missed. I was like, God damn, bro. Come on, man.
Power
can't be doing this. Man. Mitch, get back to the practice of free throws, man. That's all we ask. We got to stop this nonsense. This hack a Mitch thing, man, is going a little too much now. Now it's just bugging me. At this point, it's just bugging me. Now I like I said on the last show, I want the Knicks to win a chip for Mitch because he's our longest tenured Knick. But I want this team to embarrass the Celtics just because this hack a Mitch thing is just so obnoxious at this point. I just hate it so much between Detroit and now. Just stop with this.
Yeah, well, Mitch gotta make the free throws, Alex.
I know, but it's just
I'm the free throw. I want the free throws going down, so I have a hard time being mad at it. Make your free throws, Mitch. All I ask you is one or two, split them. And if for every time you miss both of them, go ahead and make 2 of them like you did tonight. Just split them. That's all we need them to do. Just split them.
Just split
Because
them.
we used them to our advantage. What in the Detroit series? Because then it put them in the bonus, and then it backfired. So like he just has to split them. That's that. At the very least, he just got to split them. I feel like he can do that. It's in his head, Alex. It's in his head. He'll be all right.
He'll be all right, man. And the thing is, like I said, is like the foul trouble was just the big thing because we didn't even get the double big lineup today, CK. We didn't even get it that much because
not much. Yeah.
Mitch and Towns, they were both in foul trouble. Like I said, we could talk about how the rest were calling this one a little tight, but I just saw defensively too. The Knicks were just out of position. They were playing flat-footed. There wasn't that gusto, as they say, where they were moving with like pace, speed, just making sure they were staying in front of their assignments. We weren't getting that tonight, man. And I think part of it too, because we've seen a lot of success with the double big lineup, not having that out there. We didn't even get to see, the Celtics have to go with Brown or even Tatum trying to double cat because that's a problem for them in a post. So we didn't really get much of that today, man. We didn't even get much of that today. Let's talk about Karl-Anthony Towns for a second, man. What'd you think of his game? Because before we would start, we were looking at the numbers. I'm like, wait a minute. Brunson ended with 27. What? Cat ended with 21. It didn't feel like you guys were having that much of like
Jaylen Brown fakes
night.
one dribble, lines up the three, got it. 12 for 19. Brilliant three-point shooting here for Boston.
Tried to bring us back into this one, but when you were looking for both of these guys in the first half,
it's been incredible what's going on
we weren't
in these
getting any of
playoffs
that. And
with
Karl
road
Anthony
teams.
Towns,
Derek White gets the tip out and knocks down yet another
21
three.
points, went 5 of 18 from the field. Not a good shooting night for Cat. 1 of 5.
Steps back three-pointer. Another one goes.
Shocked they even got 5 threes today. A lot of them were rushed and weren't even great looks for him, to be honest with you. 10 to 12 from the free throw line, 15 boards.
From Brunson.
I just felt like today was just not a good. It was not a good game for Cat.
Feels like it's been a weird series in general for Cat, no? And it's funny because with the first 2 games they were minimal Porzingis minutes, so it's like you felt like those should have been the times for Cat to really thrive, but it didn't. We didn't really get that. Like we got he was just right there. He had some good minutes down the stretch, kind of thing. Maybe not offensively, but today I don't know. Just something about this series, it feels weird with Karl-Anthony Towns. I thought that this was going to be the game because the way he started. He started off pretty aggressive for us in that first quarter, the first few seconds until the Celtics went crazy. But yeah, it's just been weird. It was weird. There was a play down the stretch where he started to get the majority of his 21 points in the fourth quarter, where he had Peyton Pritchard on him, and instead of just shooting right over him, he tried to back him down and couldn't do that, and he was trying to steal the foul and didn't get the foul. I don't know. It's been a weird series for me with Karl-Anthony Towns this time around. I feel like it's just a simple case of overthinking. I feel like that is plaguing the entirety of this Knicks team on the offensive end. OG, I feel like, was overthinking a bit, but yeah, I was expecting a lot more from Cat in this series, and I'm just not getting it yet. 21 points is great, but like you mentioned, 5 of 18. Shout out to the free throws. Thank you for making your free throws, Cat. Somebody got to do it, right? But yeah, it's a weird game. 5 of 18, weird game.
Yeah, it was a weird game, and I feel like it's been a weird playoffs for him. You know, just even from the Detroit series, like he had game 3, game 4 was really good for him last round. Haven't really gotten that. Like he could be so much better this series, and it's like he's had like okay to good, like okayish to good games, like somewhere in that range, right? Like of like performances, but we haven't really gotten that Towns performance, and that's kind of just who he's been throughout a lot of the postseason, man. If you just watch his career, so it's not too shocking. But what you brought him in here to do is be that floor spacer, and like I said, he took some. I'm even shocked that he put up 5 threes today because he hasn't really put up many threes in this series at all. But outside of the one that he made today, a lot of them I felt like were not great, either because they were rushed or because he hesitated and he didn't know if he wanted to take that shot.
That part, yeah.
I just need Cat to just get into a rhythm, man. Because look, Brunson. Brunson had an okay night, 9 of 21 from the field too, and we'll get into Brunson next to get our thoughts on how he performed. But Towns, it's supposed to be Brunson and Towns is like the dynamic duo where you can't stop this potent offense because of those guys, and then everybody's able to, kind of complement and just fill into their respective roles. And we haven't been able to get that. And the struggle from Towns, like he's had moments like game 1, game 2, he's had critical moments where he's getting putbacks, knocking down some shots, I mean, he made some difficult shots today, man, with the clock winding down, like some fadeaways from like the free throw line, stuff that you don't really see from Towns because he's either drive three or playing the post. But it just has to be better, man. It just has to be better because he is truly critical in these matchups because he's supposed to be, like I said, that constant where you don't even know if you're gonna get what you're gonna get out of Bridges and OG on a night-to-night basis.
Yeah, 100%. Just like you said, just want more from him. That's all.
That's it, man. That's it. So let me read some of these super chats, though, man. We got some super chats in here. Shout out to everybody. This one's an interesting one. I don't know how I feel about it, but okay. We got Pat's Nation. Shout out to Pat's Nation for becoming a franchise channel member. I don't know if you're the ops. I don't know what's going on here. Are you a Knicks fan? That's a Patriots fan. Do you live in Connecticut? That's the only way that would make sense to me. I have no idea what's going on there. You know how that goes, CK, where people live in Connecticut, they're like, yo, man, I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm a Red Sox fan. And it's like, again, you're in between both states, between both cities. You have no idea what to root for. You kind of get that mix and match, but I'm nervous, man. I'm not sure if you're the ops or not, but shout out to you for becoming a franchise channel member.
I'm waiting for that psych. I'm waiting for it, man. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's an avid super chatter as well. Glad to see he joined the franchise, but I'm just waiting for that psych. Shout out to Pat's Nation, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Pat's Nation. Actually, I can't even say that out loud. That's nasty. I'm a Jets fan.
That's what I'm saying. It's all. I feel like it's all a big troll. I'm benefit of the doubt. He's a franchise member. Alex, don't be rude, okay? God.
Saying that out loud, man, as a Jets fan. Okay. So Miss Orange and Blue says, "Hey, Alex, chill. I'm one of those." Okay. All right. Sorry, Miss Orange and Blue. Sorry, Miss Orange and Blue. Sorry. I'm just saying. It's it's interesting out here in this area. But okay, we got Guga Too Lovely for the $5 super chat. Said, kind of sad. I gotta donate to y'all MFs to read the chat. Y'all are muted. We saw that we were muted. We saw that we were muted. Okay, we were just talking amongst ourselves, trying to figure out if we were muted, if you guys could hear us yet. We saw it, man. We understand. We get it. We got so many people in the chat telling us. Shout out to TM. Shout out to KFTV Jalen. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in to making sure that we got people behind the scenes, making sure we're doing the damn thing. All right. We got Paul McWhite. Shout out for the $2 super chat, saying the same thing. Don't gotta read it, but we all get it. All right. The Art Man, formerly known as Steve. Shout out to you for the $10 super chat and for being a franchise channel member. The difference in the game: Pritchard scored 23. OG, Deuce, and Payne had 9 points. Knicks made 5 threes. Celtics made 20. OG show up. Knicks make 5 more threes. We're having another conversation. That's a good hey, man, we talked about OG not coming through, and Deuce and Payne. I mean, we already know what we're getting from Payne, but Deuce, man, he's been critical in those first 2 games too.
Yeah, don't put Deuce and Payne in the same sentence. I was just about to say, yeah, Payne.
No, no, not doing that. Look, man, we already know. We already know. All right. Nope. At least today it wasn't like game 2 where Cat was rolling. He's like, yo, let me get my shot, and it's like, hey, man. Why?
True.
Oh,
all right,
man.
Hey, yo.
Crazy out here, bro. Crazy out here. Shout out to King Matthews, who's been a franchise channel member for 27 months. He's like, not worried. All the Knicks got to do is win game 4, but the Celtics really doing a hack of Mitch to save their sorry behinds. New York Knicks in 5 or 6 to be nice. Shout out to Chuck D, who's also a franchise channel member. Throw a hashtag PE in the chat with the $5 super chat. He said, Bridges can get his shot wherever. He's unstoppable at mid-range. This was an L punched. We missed a few bunnies at the start. It was a big stage. Hey, man. Shout out to Chuck. He's saying the same thing, man. It was a big stage. I think some of the guys, the limelight was a little too bright for them.
A little bit.
And, hey, that's the thing about Madison Square Garden, man. You up 2-0, you come back home. You got to show up and show out. Got to show up and show out. Shout out to David for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to David again for another $2 super chat. What do we got here? We got Hakeem the Dream. Shout out to you for a $10 super chat. Said the light-skinned Knicks are soft. Wow. Hart, Cat, Brunson, Bridges, and are Sharman soft. Brunson is a huge liability defensively and is getting exposed. Give the OG the ball. All right. Interesting super chat there. But hey, look, I think Brunson. We could talk about Brunson's game for a minute. I think Brunson. He tried. like obviously a few shots weren't falling in the beginning, but I thought like if you had to ask for anyone to show up and get some timely buckets or try to make some plays, it was Brunson. He had some good passes from Hart in the pick and roll. I thought as the game wore on, he got a little bit more comfortable and was making his shots. Maybe this is a game where you could say, hey, I wanted Brunson to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe this is a game where, you know, where we're talking about game 2 against the Detroit Pistons, that, you know, he took too many shots. It was all about him. Maybe this is a game where you ask him just to lean a little bit more in that direction instead of looking for everybody, since everybody else wasn't doing anything and they were just kind of timid in this one. What do you think?
I think here's the thing. Jalen Brunson, in my opinion, I feel like he didn't have the worst first half. It wasn't great. I think it's just because we didn't get much from anyone else. It ends up being a lot louder when it comes to Jalen Brunson, because when no one else is hitting, you then look like, Jalen, where you at? We need you to do this then, because he's missing. OG got 0 right now. Why you only got 12? So I feel like that was a case of what happened here today, because yeah, the percentage wasn't great. Yeah, there was some shots that wasn't going down. I also feel like there were some calls that Brunson was not getting here today. But I feel like we got a very similar Brunson performance that we've gotten in game 1 and game 2. The only problem was he just didn't have that co-star, that consistent co-star to help him out in this one, because he did end with the 27. He did what he was supposed to do in that fourth quarter, at least to start off. Then the shot came flat because the Celtics responded to everything we put down. I feel like, honestly, Brunson's stat line only echoes loud because he just didn't have that co-star doing anything. OG with what, 2 points, Mikal with 12. We know that Cat had 21, but he went 5 for 18, so a lot of them were from the free throw line. So I wasn't too upset with JB. I feel like JB did what JB does. It's just, this is a whole squad problem that we had today, and we need everybody to step up, not just for Jalen Brunson to go out there and score 45, 50 points because no one else scored as well. That's my thing. 27, I feel like I said, he did a lot of it in the fourth, like we're used to. A lot of that in the second half, like we're used to. But he just had no one else to help him out. So that's how I saw it personally.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, CK. It's that he didn't really. I mean, look, it can't just be him alone. And look, he even tried to find Bridges on a roll. He tried finding Hart. He tried finding Cat on some, pick and pops as well today. It's up to, if he's getting you the ball and he's not looking for his shot, it's because he wants to get you involved, and that's what we want out of him. We want him to be a point guard. We want him to make sure that everyone's eating, so that way this team could be, in rhythm and just flowing. And so
you need that.
You need that, man. It can't just be one guy alone. Other guys got to step up, man. Other guys got to step up. All right. Let's get back to the lines. Let's get back to some of these calls. We got people on here who want to talk. Let's get to Tone, man. Tone, how are you feeling today?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. How are you feeling, Tone?
I'm all right, man. I kind of figured we was gonna lose this game. Just cause I'm like one of those, religious type Knicks fans. So you see the stories, they talk about, Celtics best road team, blah blah blah. The law of averages. They're gonna shoot good one game. So it's gonna be one game, and I already knew it was gonna be game 3. So game 4 is our must win. But for us to win, we need two people to show up, and then everybody else will follow. And it's either JB and OG or JB and Mikal. Cat, this series is just, he's that low 20, 21, 22, but in the background. JB next game, he gotta come out strong. We need an actual JB game this game, on game 4. We need a 40-point JB game, because he's due for one. And that's he gotta take hold of the team. He gotta, this is New York. He gotta show out. So game 4, I'm looking for JB to be JB. Like, I already know he's clutch and all that stuff, but first quarter, I need him to have at least like 12, 13. OG gotta have at least like damn near 10. Because when they play good, and they gotta play faster, they play too slow. And that's the thing with
Yes.
and they also using Cat wrong. And that's the thing that it gets on my nerves because Cat's a shooter. He's not a post player. Like, I get it. He's bigger than Tatum and all that stuff, but Cat's strength is threes. That's what he's got drafted for. He's a shooter. He shoots. And he needs to play faster. The Knicks play faster. When you see them play faster, Josh Hart gets 20 because he's a one-man fast break. Cat get those trailing threes. And that's when Mikal start getting involved when they play faster. When they play slow, then everybody miss stuff. And then they be bobbling the ball, and then it's all type of extra things that don't need to be there. And my last thing, they need to stop playing campaign. Just play Diane right. They need to play right for now on because he plays defense. He actually plays defense. And it makes more sense just to play him than playing campaign and hope for a spark. Because you're going to hope for a spark and he's going to hit one shot and he's going to take 5 bad shots. So it's like, there's no point to even play him. It's like, I'd rather have Wright and Deuce out there than campaign.
Hey,
but yeah, the thing for next game, just play fast, man. Play fast and you can't start out slow no more. Like, none of these drop by 30, 20, and then try to come back. No, man. We got to have the lead and keep it all game.
Feel you, Tone, and appreciate the call, my man. Appreciate the call. Look, he's talking about Knicks need to get out there and play fast. So I think this is a good segue to, shout out to the key stats of the night, brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code KFTV to get $1,000 in instant bonus cash and a free pick. So let's talk about the key stats of tonight, CK. All right. So we'll get this one. Biggest key stat for me is that the Knicks never had a lead in this one, man. Seeing that the Celtics led from the jump and the Knicks never were able to get back into this one. Knicks would obviously lose 115-93. You will get the rebounding battle. Knicks barely won this one, 43-42. You will get the assist battle. Knicks not really being able to find guys to complete some of these shots. Knicks only had 16 assists while the Celtics had 23. Celtics would win the steal battle 6-3. Knicks would lose the block battle. Celtics had 8. Knicks had 2. Knicks lost the turnover battle. They had 11 turnovers. Celtics had 8. When you're looking at now the shooting percentages, Celtics would win all these categories. Celtics won the field goal percentage 48-40. They won the 3-point percentage 50-20. They won the free throw percentage 88-60-69. It was just a bad shooting performance. And when you start looking at these other categories, points in the paint, the Knicks did win that one, but Celtics were just shooting a lot of threes, so they didn't really need to attack the paint as they did in the first 2 games. You'll get second chance opportunities. The Knicks and the Celtics tied at 18 apiece. And then getting to Tone's point, the Knicks need to get out there and just get some fast breaks, get easy buckets. They lost this one 18-8 when the Knicks have won that category the last 2 games. Knicks fall behind in this one, and look, I think part of that is because Josh Hart had to leave the game early too. After he had to go back to the locker room, deal with an injury for a little bit, he was able to come back in this game. But not having Josh Hart for parts of that first quarter, where you're looking for that energy guy, that do everything guy, that Swiss Army knife, not having him out there kind of ruined the flow of this game too. And especially when you're looking for somebody to get out on fast breaks, that's the answer. That's your guy right there. He's always looking to push the pace. Especially after grabbing a rebound, didn't have him, and so Knicks would lose that category, as I said, 18-8. CK, are there any takeaways from you for any of these key stats?
I have my key stat.
What is it?
8 for 16. Stay with me. 5 for 10.
Oof.
Stay with me. 23 points. Who did I just tell you about, Alex Charles? Peyton Pritchard. That's my key stat.
I didn't even want to say his name because
Peyton
I got it.
Pritchard is
you want to know I hate this? You want to know I hate that you bring his name up? I keep talking about this group chat that I'm in, man. This pickup basketball group chat that I'm in. And someone's like, Alex, are you ready for the Peyton Pritchard 30-point performance coming today? I said, that's a funny way to spell deuce. Sure enough.
Yeah, Peyton Pritchard. And he has done this to us on a lot of occasions. I say it all the time. I've given up hating on Peyton Pritchard. Chat's gonna hate this. I've given up hating on Peyton Pritchard. He's my favorite Celtic. Like, this dude, I don't know what it is. He plays the dude. Whenever he's in the Garden, Like, he outplays the Knicks in our own building every single time. Every single time he has these big games, Alex, it's not in Boston. It's not in their little raggedy garden. It's always in the Madison Square Garden, MSG. Every time. This dude, if you look at the stats from everywhere else on this team, you take Peyton Pritchard out of this, we had a chance. But this man, and Peyton Pritchard, he was pretty quiet in game 1 and game 2 in their home arena. And when does he want to show out, Alex Chatars? He wants to show out in Madison Square Garden. 23 points, 8 for 16, 50% from the field, 5 for 10 for 3. That is the most 3 shot of any of the players in the Celtics uniform. And amount of the times, and I would like someone to go watch those replays and count how many of those 5 threes he made that he was butt naked open on. I'll wait. Peyton
Not butt
Pritchard.
naked open on.
Peyton Pritchard was just, I don't understand what it is about this guy. Like, I want one. All right. I don't know how we do it. I don't know who we talk to. I don't know who we call. I want one. I want a Peyton Pritchard because this dude loves to kill the New York Knicks. And it's so unfortunate that it's happening right here in a game like this where, you know, we knew they were going to play well, but I was hoping it wasn't going to be, like you said, you're hoping it was the Deuce game. I was hoping it was not going to be a Peyton Pritchard game. I hope we would be talking about, Jason Tatum figured it out. Jaylen Brown. Man, Tatum had a 22, shot 40% from the field. Jaylen Brown, he had some good stuff, shot 38%. No. They over there, they're going to be calling and talking about Peyton Pritchard, and that irritates my being. So Peyton Pritchard gets my stat of the night because that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous, Alex. You want to hear one more time? 8 for 16, Alex. 5 for 10, 23 points. Peyton Pritchard. I'm done.
I agree. First of all, I'm very aggravated that you're talking about Peyton Pritchard, but I'm also upset, CK. I'm also upset. You know, you said this is your favorite Celtic, which is kind of weird to say in the series, man. I wish you didn't say that out loud. I wish you did not say that.
I'm saying it because I'm sick of it. How is Celtic going to show up more than any of our Knicks on the team in Madison Square Garden? Come on, man. Somebody go look at Peyton Pritchard's film. Like, damn, I should do that too. Anybody on this team? Like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. He keeps doing this to us in our own building. And every time I say I hate him, he goes and does more. So I don't want to out loud say I hate Peyton Pritchard because watch him go off for 40 in game 4. So I'm not going to say it out loud.
You hear that? Pritchard hit another 3 as we're talking about him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And this is Key Stats of the Night brought to you by our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Use that promo code KFTV to get to $1,000 in instant bonus cash and a free pick. People, let me tell you something about Underdog Fantasy. It's very fun to use. I like to think I know a little bit more than what they're telling me when I'm logging into the app, okay? So the cool thing about Underdog is that you can create a ticket of anywhere between 2 to 8 players, and they all don't have to be from the same sport. It could be basketball, football, hockey, soccer, baseball, whatever it may be that you're into. You can mix and match all those players. But if you do stay with one sport, you have to choose at least 2 players from 2 different teams. Now, the cool thing about Underdog Fantasy is that all you got to do is just choose higher or lower for any given stat. So let's say today, which I said yesterday on Game of the Week preview with Keith Smith, all right, I said if they had Jalen Brunson higher than 25.5 points, I was going to take that. And look, he got 27 tonight. Would have hit if I did play tonight. All right, so that's the cool thing. And then all you got to do is just make sure you choose higher or lower for all the other players that you go down the line. Now, when you play Underdog Fantasy, you can either go all in and say you believe all your picks are going to hit, or you can go the insured route. So if you think 3 or 4 is going to hit, or 4 or 5 is going to hit, you can always get some money in return if you're not confident in all the selections that you made. If you don't want to do the pick'ems, you can also go to the fantasy draft, okay? So you can put on your GM cap, compete with your friends or a bunch of randos, put down some beer, lunch money, and go see who can put together the best team to win, all right? So make sure to download the app Underdog Fantasy or go to the website and use that promo code KFTV to get up to $1,000 in instant bonus cash and a free pick. Once again, that promo code is KFTV. All right. Still aggravated. You said Pritchard's favorite Celtic, man. That's crazy. This series, man, we ain't having favorites on no other team. You can say that for the end of the series. Come on, bro. We can't be doing that right now.
He's a curse, Alex. He's a curse. I'm scared to say anything else.
Bro, we got Celtics fans in the chat right now that are like eating this up right now, man. That's why, CK. Look, y'all, and I see now the Celtics fans want to come out of the woodwork.
All I heard you say is views. That's all I heard. I don't know what you're talking about. I think one of them even super chatted us one too. So
they did. They super chatted us twice, man.
I hear views. So welcome, subscribe, and like.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, you had to subscribe to be able to talk in here anyway, because that mode is on. So Shout out to you for joining. And look, we got some.
That's what I hear.
We got some Celtics fans in here right now. Look, they're all coming out of the woodworks. They see the Celtics won one game. Now they're like, "Oh, we got this. We got this." Hey, man, we're still up 2-1. There's another game.
Let me subscribe to this Nick channel.
Yeah.
Like,
you know why they're here?
That's what
You know
I'm
why
doing.
they're here, CK? You know why they're here? Because they don't got a Celtics fan TV. All right. That's why you're all here. You want to come hang out with us. It's okay. It's cool. We doing the damn thing. It's all right, man. It's all right. All right. Keep joining. Keep giving us the view. It's okay, man. It's okay. We appreciate you being here and be part of the chat. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure that thumbs up button for your boys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Okay. Do all those things. All right. And hey, even subscribe to the newsletter while you're at it. We appreciate you. All right. All right, man. Let's keep getting down. Oh, we got some more super chats. Let's read some super chats so we can keep up with this. All right, we got Lord Steven Stone. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat, and shout out to you for being a franchise channel member. He says, "We will win the next game. I still believe in this team." Hey, man, I still believe too. Look, we're up 2-1 in the series. We took one on their home court. This is a long series. There's many more games to go. Got to come out with better effort in Game 4 Monday night. Definitely have to do so. All right, shout out to Dev for the $2 super chat. They said they're a Cowboys fan. Is that as bad? Look, I'm a Jets fan. I don't really, Cowboys don't really bother me. I know CP was a Giants fan. JD's a Giants fan. I don't know. See, actually, CK, you are a Saints fan. I know you must. I know you're upset, man, because you lost your favorite quarterback of all time today.
Big day. So. I mean, I hope everything's well, but big day. Big day.
For those of you that don't know, Derek Carr decided to retire from football, so that's why CK is elated.
All is well with the family, bro. But yeah, get him off my football team, dog.
You want Jameis Winston back. We all know, man.
Yeah, man. I hope y'all take care of Jameis, bro. That man's a treasure. Oh, not y'all. You're just sorry. In the chat, my Giants fans in the chat. Y'all better take care of Jameis.
Man, I'm a Jets fan, all right? I'm not ready to talk about football yet, man. I'm still enjoying this postseason run by the New York Knicks. Let's see. We got shout to Korean with the 6. Shout to Korean. He said, for being a franchise channel member, he said, "We needed this humbling. Knicks still got this." All right. Shout out to you. We got New York to Pennsylvania. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member and for the $5 super chat. Said Brunson has been doing too much. Brunson has been doing too much. Let someone, I don't know, I guess someone else help. I guess that's where he's going. We just played tired ball, but how? Hey, man. Sometimes them's the breaks, all right? And the Celtics came out here and did what they had to do. They played like a team with their backs against the wall, shot some threes, especially those role players. They did the damn thing. But we move on Monday. We bounce back. The Terps matter. Shout out to you for a $2 super chat. Appreciate it. We got Trix the Barber with the $10 super chat. Appreciate you for being a franchise channel member. He said that $2 super chat and talking about mids, that was very Reggie of you. What? Mids? What? Very Reggie's of you? What? I'm not sure what that was.
Tried. Yeah, we tried.
All right. I'm a little lost, but hey, appreciate the super chat. Shout out to Trix the Barber. All right. Getting back to the lines. Who else we got here? Let's see. Who are we gonna go with? Let's go with Saquizzy. Please unmute your mic. What's going on, bro?
Yep, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. What's happening?
Rough game, but I kind of seen it coming. Like it's 2-1. We're fine right now. Cavs beat the Pacers by 22, so you've seen it coming. Usually the team that's don't have a win usually come out playing better, but it is what it is. And the good part about it, at least we don't got the pressure of being 3-0 and got to win. I don't want to be the first team to be like, well, the Knicks blowing 3-0 because I just feel like the Knicks would have probably did that, and then I would have been crying. So at least we ain't got that pressure though. But we got to start off fast. Like, there's no way we should be playing like this. Like, we need to play like the first quarter is the fourth quarter because we start to try more when it's the fourth quarter. Like, we need to play fast and like they can't keep going down by 20 thinking, yeah, we're gonna win the game. Like, you need to keep a lead, keep it close, play fast, play smart. Because, like, the first play, Brunson, I think he shot it or whatever. We got the rebound, and then after that, we did a turnover. It's like, come on. You had 2 chances to score the ball, and now we do a turnover. And then it should be no reason we let Pritchard have more points than OG and Bridges combined. We cannot let that happen. We got 2 starters and we got a bench player scoring more than our 2 starters. We can't let that happen. And then Bridges, he can't keep jumping and trying to pass the ball. Like, if you're going to shoot the ball, just shoot the ball. You already got to stop on Tatum game 2. And you seen what happened when Tatum tried to do it. It was a turnover. He tried to shoot the ball and pass it last minute. Don't do it now because he did 2 turnovers. I'm like, bro, just shoot it. At least we got a chance of getting a rebound, then just a turnover and a fast break. But right now, game 4 is a must win. You don't want to go back to Boston 2-2, knowing Boston already lost 2 there. They're going to be like, let's not lose this one. So you don't want that. I'm not in panic mode right now, but they cannot go down 20 in game 4 because it's going to look scary. Like the first 2 games is like they shot bad and we were still down 20. Now they shot better this game. We went down early. You ain't coming back if Boston is making them shots. Especially when we home, when the crowd is quiet, that's what Boston want. There's no pressure. In Boston, you probably can hear it a little bit when they shooting threes and then you hear Boston probably hear that. In New York, you ain't gonna hear nothing. They make a shot, it's crickets. There ain't no booing. Everybody's quiet because the game is over. So they got to fix that and stop with the fast break fouls. I hated that. I think Brunson turned the ball over. Jason Tatum got a fast break and then he fouled. I'm like, bro, you're making them go up more now. Just let the layup go. You're not getting the block. And then I think that's how Brunson broke his hand last year, swiping for the ball. Like, just let him go. If he's in front of you, just it is what it is. But we got Monday. They gotta play with energy, or it's gonna be scary going back to Boston if it's 2-2. But that's all I really got to say.
Appreciate the call, Saquizzy. And look, man, it will be a little nerve-wracking with if the Celtics tie the game on Monday and you go back to Boston tied 2-2. But it all depends, right? Like if they're down 20 like they were today and you gotta go back to Boston, that's not a good look. Not a good look. You cannot have these down 20-point games at the start. Like we just cannot have that anymore. We got to get past this. Got to get past this. And to his point, CK, I was a little confused. I was like, Brunson, why are you fouling Tatum on that fast break? If you're gonna, first of all, if you're gonna foul. Don't do like a crazy little swipe. Hold him, but at the same time, like, why even? It's Tatum. Like, why? Like, he's gonna not. He's a good free throw shooter. That's not the guy you want to necessarily foul in transition anyway. So it didn't make any sense to me.
He didn't even foul him right. You know
That's
what I mean?
what I'm
Like it was just he just tapped him on the arm. Like, great call on that. I couldn't stand that.
It made no sense. And to Saquizzy's point, it's like, all right, so now he just gets a 3-point play for no reason.
Yeah.
Got to be better than that, man. Got to be better than that. We can't be having craziness. And shout out to TM. This is why he's the chief modern operation. Shout out to TM, by the way. Shout out to all of our franchise channel members. I got to give some of you a shout out in the chat in a second. But TM cleared up what Trix the Barber super chat was about. It was about the Terps Matter super chat. All right, so I see why now it all makes sense, man. Now it all makes sense why who he was chirping on. Now that comment makes 10 times more sense. Appreciate TM for everything, and shout out to the franchise channel member in here, man. We got Junior Karoma, always he's a day one, always in the chat. We got First Lady of Sports in here too. We got GOT, shout out to you as well. What other franchise channel members in here? Oh, we got CK2K, shout out to CK2K. We got Armand Duta, shout out to you. We got Jamaica Queens in here, shout out to you, man. We got, let's see, shout out to Trix the Barber. Who else we got in here today with us? Shout out to
Omar Shalaby just saluted.
We got Marcus Miller. Shout out to you. Absolutely. Shout out to Flow174. Appreciate you being in here too. Who else we got in here, man?
Mark J Rose 712, Flow174, Wise Guy. Yeah, they showing up in the chat.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all you. I'm pretty sure I saw John Talento in here as well. Shout out to John Talento. I know he's always in here tapping in too. We got all the day ones, all the OGs in here, man. We got everyone checking us out. Appreciate you all for tapping in with us. We got over 1,200 in the chat right now, so appreciate all of you tapping in with us after a rough Knicks loss. Looking for this team to bounce back on Monday. Appreciate all of you. So let's get back. Oh, we got another super chat. Shout out to Mark for the $5 super chat. said this was to be expected. As we said, either a 30-point blowout or a win for us. Close loss would have been worse. Onward and upward. Would it have been worse if it was a close loss?
Worse?
Yeah. What's
No.
worse today? Yeah, I feel like a loss is a loss. I don't really consider anything. Loss is a loss, man.
I would have preferred. I mean, maybe not like down. I think I would have preferred that because we knew that the Celtics were going to fight back, and if we knew that we were going to fight in this one and we ended up losing in a fight, I feel like I'd feel a little bit better than how we're feeling after this loss. Personally, I don't know. A loss is a loss.
Yeah,
I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose anyways.
I don't want to lose either, man. I like. I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
I guess like I don't want to lose, but I guess the one thing you could say if it was close, it's like, all right, we figure something out and we can move on to the next one. But I guess, but either way, we got to bounce back. We got to win games, man. Got to win games regardless. Got to win games regardless. All right, let's get back to the line, CK. We got Stock Chasers in here. Stock Chasers, unmute your mic.
Hey man, what up? What up? What up? You guys hear
What
me?
up, man? How you feeling?
Listen, man, I don't feel too good. But listen, check this out. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer.
Okay.
But check this out. We got 3 games. We've been down a dub, man. 3 games straight. We've been down a dub. And I seen dudes at the Garden with brooms. Like, come on, man. Like, listen, I'm not being a Debbie Downer, but I believe in bad juju. So, listen, we got to understand, this is the defending champs. Like, we need to really lock in. This ain't going to be easy. I got Knicks in 7. Hopefully, we could pull this out. But at the end of the day, we ain't looked too good these last couple games. We done barely made it. We done barely won. So, I feel like, Thibodeau need to talk to his team and listen, man, they got to lock in. They got to get the work, man. These are the defending champs. These dudes know how to play hard. And, let's put the brooms away because that ain't happening. You've seen it. It's over. But at the same time, Game 4 is a must-win. We can't play with these dudes. We cannot play with Boston, man. So, yeah, like, I'm not being a Debbie Downer. And then get OG the ball, man. Like, Brunson needs to know to pass the ball. Get the ball. Get the rock to OG, man. Let him cook. But anyway, thanks for having me. You guys have a great night, man. Let's see what Game 4 holds for us.
Absolutely appreciate you calling in, Stock Chasers. Appreciate you calling in. And look, they tried to get OG the ball today. OG was a little reckless, man. Like he couldn't handle the rock today. He looked a little frazzled out there at times. I was like, today was certainly not his game. But the point stands to what Stock Chasers is saying. Like everybody's got to get involved, man. As we've been talking about on the show, everybody's got to get involved. Let's get to another call though. Let's get to Steven. Steven, please unmute your mic. What's happening? Steven going once. Steven going twice. Steven. All right, man. We'll get back to you. Don't worry. We'll get back to you. Don't worry. We'll try another time. All right, Julian. Julian, are you there? Julian going once. Julian going twice. Oh, man. Man, this is... Come on, guys. We can't have everybody feeling like the Knicks today, man. Come on. Let's be awake. Let's turn up a little bit. Sheesh. What else we got in here? Have we gotten to Grabba yet? Grabba, unmute your mic. What's going on?
Yo, CK, Alex, what's good, y'all?
What's up, Grabba? How you feeling, bro?
Man, I've been better, but y'all brought up Jameis Winston. I think they need to throw him in the locker room before the game starts. I think they need some motivational, some words of encouragement or something. Because
eat some W's. Eat some W's.
Boys, we can't keep coming out like this, man. We had all the legends out in the building tonight. It was rough. The one thing I say, the silver lining is like I think Boston knows they have to bomb away. They know they have to bury us, put us all the way 35 feet into the dirt because they know if it's anywhere close in that second half, let alone that fourth quarter, you get the ball to the clutch player of the year's hand and he make things happen. Like I said, JT, Another stinky fourth quarter. He was 2 for 7 in the fourth quarter today. I know it made me thinking the game's out of line or whatever, but 2 for 7 in the fourth quarter. And one of those shots that he made, he threw a brick so hard off the backboard that he caught it and got a wide open dunk.
His own shot. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I said, as long as we keep the game close, get the ball into JB's hand in the fourth quarter, we'll be all right. All right. No, we don't need to panic. We up 2-1. All right. This is still our series to lose. I don't want people thinking that this is Boston's series. No, this is our series to lose. We're here for a reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to just execute a little bit better. 5 for 20, though. 5 for 20 from 3 is a little crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's
5 for 20 from 3 is a little crazy. I want to see a little bit more crisper ball movement, you know, get it swinging a little bit. Cat, man, Cat, I don't even know where to begin with Cat, dog. Like, even OG was yelling at him to get up on the screen. I don't understand, like, what worked these last 2 games was us switching and picking up on the ball screen. And, like, Cat just fell back into his old habits again tonight. Like, just laying back, letting people walk up into threes. Like you can't do that, man. Not against this team. And we let them get into rhythm early in that first half, and that's all they needed. They blew the game open in that first half, and we wasn't able to recover this game. But like I said, we gotta everybody just chill out. You know, we still up 2-1. We got another one on Monday in the Garden. Like, come on, man. We here. I'm saying Knicks and 6, man. All right, Knicks and 6, Knicks and 5, hopefully. But I got Knicks and 6. So shout out to y'all. Like up, number one show for the fans. Like it up. Join the Discord if you're in the Discord. All right. Take the diapers off. Everybody, like CP would say, take the diapers off.
There we go, man.
All right. Take the diapers off. This is New York, man. It was never pretty. It's always been gritty. It was never, ever pretty. All right. So we're gonna lock in. We're gonna get this double money. I'm gonna holla at y'all.
All right, appreciate the call. Grabba. Rate that call in the chat, man. 5 being facts, 1 being trash. Let us know what you thought about Grabba's call. I like that call, man. Look, I am not down. I am not down on this series, man. We are still up 2-1, as Grabba said. Look, Celtics were going to have one of these games, bro. Celtics were going to have one of these games where they just, look, they play by the numbers. They like to pull out the calculator, say, if we do this many shots throughout these many games, especially with how these guys perform, we're going to knock down some shots. So, okay, like it happened, okay? Look, when you get Pritchard going 5 of 10, you get Derek White going 3 of 6, Drew Holiday going 2 of 3, Al Horford going 3 of 4, Jason Tatum going 5 of 9. Like, it's going to happen. Like, these type of nights are going to happen. And what's crazy is Tatum shot better from 3 than he did from 2. So that's what this team likes to do. This team loves to shoot threes. Just play defense, stop them, play on the perimeter. This team won't get downhill. And we just got to be better about not fouling. If this team does not foul, you're able to keep Mitch and Cal on the floor at the same time, the Celtics are going to have a problem. The Celtics are going to have a problem. So just got to clean up some of those things, man, and just feel loose, man. Play like you're having fun out there. Hey, Knicks were a little too timid, man. Y'all, do you love the game of basketball or what? I didn't know what you guys were feeling today. Y'all looked like you never played the game before in your life. Go out there and have some fun, bro. You're playing for New York. You're playing for the Knicks. You're playing in the world's most famous arena. Go out there and have fun. Like, you're up 2-1 in the series. Go play like you're up 2-1 in the series. Don't play like you're the ones with the backs. That's how they played, man. Knicks play like they had their backs against the wall today.
Exactly. That's the energy from the tip that we got. Like, it just felt like they were just nervous the entire time. Man, we had Knicks greats in the building. My man Earl Smith Jr., J.R. Smith showed up for the game, man. Real ones, though, that's one of my favorite Knicks of all time.
Hell,
but we had Bad Bunny, man. Bad Bunny was there. We taking these out. Nah, but for real, yeah. Energy was just not great from the start, man. And wake up. It's your building. It's your building. Man.
Well, Daniel's looking for some.
You're looking for Bad Bunny. That's Bad Bunny. That's Bad Bunny.
Oh, there he is. Yep, there you go. There's your boy. There's your boy right there, CK.
Bad Bunny.
Oh,
hey, shout to him though. Look, some of these fake celebrities, they be leaving early. He stayed through the entire blowout. He was there the entire time. I was very shocked. I'm like, hold on, man. These fake celebrities, they don't stick around. We know the real ones. The real ones, they're there from top to bottom. But some of these ones that be showing up just for 5 seconds to say they were at a Knicks game,
they
pop out.
You know how it is, too. You know which ones they are. You absolutely. It's like because you know who the regulars are in there. You know who the real Knicks. You know who.
Right,
You know
right.
who's really ride or die with this team. All right.
Yeah.
Then you get some of them who are like, oh, let me just show up, wait for a second. Then by the end, they're like, wait, yo,
IG.
where'd y'all go? What
Yeah,
happened?
man. Yeah. No, Babooni was there. Babooni. Chat respecting that. Though. I'm pronouncing it the right way, man. Chat respecting it. See, G got it. GOT got it. Not Bad Bunny. Babooni. Hey, man, what's the next call, dog?
Now I'm letting you roll, bro. I'm letting you have a good time. That's all. Don't worry. I'm letting you have a good time.
Man, I'm trying to enjoy something after that game we just watched, man. Monday cannot come fast enough, bro.
Oh man, let's get to Caffe from Canada. Caffe.
Hey guys, do you guys hear me well?
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Awesome, man. Yeah, honestly, thanks for taking my call. I think it's just obvious, watching the start of this game, which team, had their season on the line basically, and there's something in the playoffs like playing with desperation. It's hard to match it, especially being up 2-0. So I give obviously the Celtics credit. We've seen it with every other team as well. I think OKC game 2, they brought that same kind of energy, and you got to match that, especially in the first quarter, and not fall back, fall behind by 30, 40 or 30 points, how much we were down by. Cause I felt like we were getting better, especially defensively in the second half, switching more with Cat on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And the looks weren't the same. Obviously, the only guy who was really killing us, I felt, was Payne Pritchard in isolation. So you saw in the second half we were a little better, but we were down too much. And the issue with the Celtics is we know how good they are shooting wise, but like to beat a team like this, especially how good their roster is, you can't make those mistakes. Those 50-50 balls, just giving it to them, those offensive rebounds that lead to threes, those turnovers. I think JB had one where he just kind of dribbled off his foot, and I think Tatum got that and one. So you can't have those mistakes and them shooting that hot and expect them to win. The one thing I will say, for us to win this series, I feel like Tibbs needs to really lean into the double big lineup with Mitch. It's obvious that's the one lineup that's killing the Celtics, with Mitch and Cat. Because right now we know Cat's being guarded by a wing, and JB and then Josh Hart is getting guarded by their center. So they're just inviting Josh Hart to get the ball there. And it's very hard for JVVC. Like, he's very tight in those corners, and he's not able to create separation against them. But with Mitchell Robinson, you're forced to actually have a center on him because he's so good on the offensive glass. And I feel like it'll open a lot more doors for Brunson and especially Cat as well, because now you're worrying about Mitch. If there's a big on Mitch, then Brunson can really get into his bag, maybe have more pull-up threes and stuff like that, and Cat will be able to crash the offensive glass. And if they send help to Brunson, then he'll have those open threes. Right now, the Celtics were kind of playing into their hands, and they're kind of just waiting it out until they can start hitting shots. I think we really need to put emphasis on opening our offensive game, because I think it's been like 9 games now and in the playoffs, and we haven't even had, I think, one complete game where we've been playing well offensively. So I think Tibbs needs to make it obviously easier for us and bring that sense of urgency like right away. Like, I don't want him to kind of wait for the adjustment until game 5. That might be too late. We have to kind of really have that sense of urgency like earlier and really take this game 4 and bring it to them. And hopefully, if they want to foul Mitch early, then they'll be in the bonus for like 10 minutes. So it's really up to them, but really, putting pressure on them offensively. So that's it for my call. Thanks for taking it, and hopefully we get game 4, man. Game 4 is going to be much bigger than this one, and we're going to need that game, I think, to win this series. So thanks for taking my call.
Appreciate the call, Caffe from Canada, man. Where in Canada are you from?
I'm actually from Ottawa, Ontario. I don't know if you guys know that. It's the capital of Canada, so that's where I'm from. Yeah, but I've been a Knicks fan my whole life. Yeah, we don't have a team out here. I'm not a Raptors fan or anything, so I've been a Knicks fan my whole life. So
love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Salute to you, man, for being a Knicks fan repping out in Ottawa. Appreciate you, man. That's Caffe from Canada. Rate that call in the chat, man. 5 being facts, 1 being trash. I thought that was a really good call, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Caffe, man.
Yeah, really good breakdown. Hey, CP, the captain's joining us. Look at this.
That's what that is. It's like, who's that voice? Okay.
Hang tight. Just trying to get the video feed. Hang tight. Well, Daniel, send me the link. Send me the Zoom link, please. Send me the Zoom link.
Get him in here.
Daniel.
Good CP in here. We need the analysis.
Yeah. So to you guys, though, man. Hang on.
All right, as we're waiting for CP to come through here, look, man, I was just doing a quick research on the two-man lineup between Towns and Robinson this playoffs, man, and they're a plus 2.9 when they're out there together. So it works. We've seen that it works. I mean, the eye test even shows, I think, does even more justice than 2.8. It does even more justice than, the numbers itself, but they get a lot of success while they're out there sharing the court together. I mean, Towns is able to, not have to be the rim protector offensively, then not be rim protector defensively, but then offensively, I feel like because you have to match the two centers, you always see Jaylen Brown or Tatum on him, and then if Mitch can just be down the paint to clean up the boards, you have enough height out there and two solid rebounders just to throw everything off for the Celtics. So I like that two big lineup, man. But like we said today earlier, like they were not able to get those guys paired together because both were in foul trouble. I mean, Towns got 3 quick fouls, then Mitchell Robinson got 3 fouls, so then you brought in Precious Achiuwa for a bit. So they were just not the whole first half was thrown off, not only because guys were not able to hit shots, but you had foul troubles. You had Josh leaving the game early due to an injury and then coming back. So I felt like the Knicks were not able to get into rhythm as they were planning to do. But, if things don't go your way, you got to be able to figure things out. And Knicks just were not able to figure things out in this matchup. So it's just what it is. All right, as we wait for CP to get situated,
joining the video.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh,
Hey.
We'll wait for CP for a second. Ah, there he is. There's the camera. All right.
There he is.
Let's get to the 3 panel.
Check.
CP out here. We got the captain.
There we go.
Well, CP, you were at the arena, so you have the floor, good sir. Let us know what the atmosphere was like, your takes on the game. Give us the 411.
Yeah, man. Well, first and foremost, man, salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up on the three boys, man. We gotta establish protocol, Al and CK, as you know. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, we always gotta check in with the family. We gotta check in with the franchise channel members and all of that. We do have to establish protocol at any time. Look, the crowd was good, but with great play, the crowd could have been better, right? And unfortunately, these guys really didn't give the crowd anything to get crazy about because, again, within the first few minutes of the game, they're down by 10. And this is why I said in the pregame, I probably did like 4 shows yesterday, but at every show, from the show with Dexter and Eric to Tiki and Evan on FAN, I said this game to me is the most important game of the series for the Knicks. And I had people commenting like, every game's important. We're trying to run a championship, obviously, but I wanted to see in this game, could this Knicks team rise to the occasion? Because you had to expect, Al and CK, the champs were going to be the champs at some point. The numbers were just, even though they were missing their shots, the numbers in the first 2 games are still in their favor statistically. You know what I mean? Like they shot 25 for 100. They weren't going to continue that in a series. You weren't going to expect bad games from Tatum and Brown, So, like, for me, this game, the reason why I wanted this game so much was because, number one, you couldn't expect them to shoot as badly as they did in the first 2 games. They shot 50% from 3. Confirmed. Hey, maybe Porzingis is going to wake up and get healthier as this series progresses, right? Played a little bit more, was a little bit more impactful. I wouldn't say, he didn't kill him from 3 or anything like that, but he was still good. But by and large, the entire team for Boston dominated the Knicks tonight. Let's just keep it a beam. Knicks dominated on both ends. The Boston defense was ferocious. They stopped the Knicks at the rim. The Knicks continue with the boneheaded turnovers, and Boston does what Boston does and turns that into points, whether it's points at the rim or points from 3. Tatum got his. And look, this series, we need more from Cat. We need more from Cat. I just did not see enough from the Knicks offensively. And look, they're going up against a great defense. We left Detroit. Okay, all right, we beat Detroit. You're going up against an even better defense. We almost forgot that because of the 2 20-point miraculous comebacks that we made in the first 2 games. You got to work. That's why I said this game to me was very important to see, like, you know, can we separate from these guys, or are we going to really, really have to, like, pull some miracles here to win this series? That's why I wanted this game more than any. Doesn't mean the series is over. It's 2-1. Monday could be a whole different story. But the Knicks, Boston raised their level of play tonight. This is what I'm going to say, bottom line of all that I said. Champions, superior teams can hit a level. Can the Knicks reach that level? And tonight they didn't do that. Point blank, period. They didn't reach that level. And they got the result that they got. They got washed in front of my eyes. It was a disappointing one to be at in person. But I accepted it. They got washed, man.
They did.
Boston hit that championship level, Al. We couldn't get to it. Couldn't get to it tonight.
Couldn't get to it. So how are you feeling about game 4 then? Like, DK and I already said this is a must-win game. I mean, you took 2 on the road. Feel like game 4, we don't want the momentum to fully swing to Boston because, you know, this game is about confidence, man. As soon as they get confidence, then they're going to start rolling. So I feel like I'll speak for myself, even though CK already said it in the beginning of the show, game 4 is very important, but, like, they got to come out there and show that they're ready and they can elevate to that level. Do you think, how are you feeling about game 4?
Look, it's going to take another Herculean effort, but again, our all-stars have to set the tone. And I did not feel that to start this game from Brunson. I did not feel that from Towns. I don't care what the Brunson numbers look like at the end of this. When the game mattered, Cap's impact was not felt. Cat's impact was not felt in this game. I was there. I was watching. I don't care about efficiency. I don't care about double-doubles. Their impacts were not felt when the game really mattered. They have to set the tone. I said this going into this series. The Knicks cannot win this series without these 2 guys dominating. And it's easier said than done because Cap and Brunson has a very tough matchup. He's got to see Drew. He's got to see White and Peyton Pritchard, who killed the Knicks on both ends of the floor tonight. Was great. Give credit where credit is due. He was fantastic tonight.
I did.
Peyton Pritchard was great for them. So Cap, he's got a tough assignment. So it's on him. It's on Tibbs. We got to figure out how to get him back into his groove. Is it more off-ball movement? Is it more setting screens for him to get him off ball? Do we want to run the offense through Cat or McCall to get Brunson going a little bit? They got to figure out how to get him separated from these guys because defensively they're hounding him. And then offensively, what continues to be the case for the Knicks, and even though they did win the rebounding battle by 1, is that their guards get the scrappy rebounds that gets them the second chance opportunities, man. They do it time and time again. Here's another one. Derek White, 5 rebounds tonight. 2 on the offensive side. Drew Holiday's 2 rebounds. 2 on the, all 2, sorry. White's 5, 3 on the offensive side. Horford, 3 offensive rebounds. Cornette, 2 offensive rebounds. Peyton Pritchard, 2 offensive rebounds. Like, they get you those extra chances at buckets. Some of those come at Brunson's expense, but others, like with the Knicks, you gotta get after it on the boards. Even though they won by 1, I didn't feel that, especially in the first half when Boston was able to run it up. So, You asked me going into game 4, hey, win. But you got to earn it. This felt like a regular season game for the Knicks. Like, this ain't Detroit, my mans. You got to go out there and punch them in the mouth. You can't keep expecting to come back from 20-point deficits every game in the playoffs against the champs. This was the game. I hope they didn't play, and they played it, and they lost. So hopefully Monday they can turn it around. What'd you guys think, man?
I think for them, speaking on the offensive part, I think they got to get Bridges going earlier. I think they got to get all the role players going. I think the Celtics already know who the two impactful players are, and that's how they're starting the defense. Is that let's not allow these guys to get into rhythm. And I feel like if you allow Bridges, if you allow OG, even Josh to get into their rhythm today, or even at some point throughout this series, it will open things up for Brunson and for Cat. I mean, they're just closing off lanes. They're not giving Cat any space at all from the perimeter to put up threes. I know he had 5 today, like we spoke about earlier, me and CK, but a lot of those threes were either rushed or like second guessing, and it was not clean. And they just got to figure out how to get these guys going, man. I think that just goes with the role players first and foremost. I mean, I think Josh, leaving the game early due to injury, threw things off. You talk about scrappiness. We didn't have that for a period of time. And then Bridges, came alive in the second half. I think Tibbs can just do a little bit more to get him going. But also, you're second guessing yourself way too often. Way too often.
Yeah.
Just be confident. Instead of taking a 3, he drives for a 2, and then he feels that pressure from Jaylen Brown just to stop that shot. And you just got to play with confidence, man. And these guys, I said it felt like the Knicks felt like they were on the ropes instead of being up 2-1 and feeling free and loose. Yeah. And the Celtics were just like, yo, this is just another game for us.
Yeah, that's why I'll add to that last part from Alex. That's literally my only take, because this game was just an ugly one from the jump. We never took a lead. But Alex's last point is the biggest one. This team needs to not play tentative as if we're trailing 1-2. We're up 2-1 in this series. You got to take one of these games from the Garden. Your home, the most talked about arena in sports, even when we're bad. And we got to take one of these games home in the victory. And the best way to do that is by utilizing that crowd. We talked about it from us watching on a TV screen. Me and Alex said word for word, bar for bar, what you said, and you were in the building. We said it. This crowd just from the TV, it felt like they were waiting for anything, any moment to blow up. They cut the lead down to 20 CP, and y'all was acting like we was down by 5. And that's what we needed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you could feel that energy. You feel that energy through the screen.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? The Knicks chick was up there waving her towel. I'm sitting there sitting down like, man, these dudes playing bummy tonight. She looking at me like, why you ain't saying it up? I'm like, yo, man, come on, man. Yo, the Garden went ballistic.
Crazy.
And I'm looking at the score. I'm like, wait, we still down by 20. I'm still pissed.
That's what I'm saying. So they need to use that energy. None of the timid stuff. And yes, Mikal Bridges, number one, Bridges High President saying it, number one, turning down shots. But I feel like it was a collective. OG did not look like he wanted to be a part of the offense tonight. Yeah. I know you can say we can make moments and feel. I don't feel like he wanted to be a part of it in a lot of the opportunities they gave to him. Cat turned down some shots. Even Brunson. There was a few times we were talking about in the chat on the play-by-play. Brunson made a move, got himself so open, he wasn't so sure if he wanted to shoot it, then takes a step in, turns the ball. We're like, what's going on? Everybody seemed like they were so timid and worried and scared, like we were the ones down 1-2 in this series. So for me, point blank period, easy fix. You go out there and be the assertive one, the dominant one, the home team up 2-1 in this series, and you fight your asses off. Family friendly. I'm sorry, but for real, that's it. That's all it comes down to on Monday, man. Energy.
My thing is when the champs are playing at their best, especially defensively, we can't forget how good they are defensively.
Yeah.
When they're playing at that way, look, I love the dog, I love Bridges and all of that, but especially with OG, like if they're closing off his airspace and making him put the ball on the floor, that's a win for Boston. That's a win for Boston. That is why Cat and Cap have to set the tone. And I watched this game. The game started. It took them like several possessions to even get Karl Anthony Towns a good look. He still can't establish position lower in the post. Those are just frustrating things with the offense. And then before you know it, you blink and they're down by 10. Again, you can't keep going to the come from behind well all the time. That's why I looked at this game to say, look, can we swing first and really establish ourselves out? And it was more the same as it was the first two games. That's why it's a bad sign. Not series, not series, not over. People tell me, oh, if you don't win this game, it's over. Nah, not that. But the Knicks have to find their next gear. And we're going to find out if they can reach that gear over the next few games.
And the thing, for sure. And the thing I don't really want to hear today is, because I saw some of it on Twitter, it's like, this is not a Tibbs game. Today was not a day to blame Tibbs. It's like that is the farthest thing from the truth. I'm watching, Tibbs is not hesitating on shots today. That was really the biggest thing.
Yeah,
he was not hesitating on shots today. But to your point, CP, that gear has to be taken up in Game 4. There just has to where's the aggression? Where's that punch him in the mouth? And I'm look, I don't. Maybe you know more about Cat's injury right now with the finger, but even setting up to get position on Tatum, I'm why are you on the perimeter? Just get down to the block. Just get down to the block. Clear everybody out. Get everyone to one side. Get Cat on the block. I'm why is that such a difficult thing to do? Is there something that I'm missing? Guys, is there something I'm missing that where Cat just can't walk down to the block, say, all right, let me just post my ass here and just demand the ball and then go to work? Am I missing something?
Bro, these question marks with Towns have existed even prior.
It's 10 years, bro. 10 years.
It's been 10 years.
Right.
Man. Is it coach? Is it point guard? Is it player? Maybe it's a little bit of everything. But, these questions with Cat, this isn't new. It's not new. But they need it to win this series. And when you see him out there with these guys on him, what should be advantageous matchups, they're not winning. And if they're not winning that, then hey, Boston's in the driver's seat even more. And again, this team is the best at taking your mistakes and turning it into instant offense. You cannot be sloppy with this team when they're already the better team. And you're just giving them opportunities to bury you even more, to throw the dirt even more deeper into the grave. The Knicks can't do that, man. And that's what makes Boston so good, is that they can kill you offensively in the half court and the fast break. But hey, once you make that mistake, boy, they're out to the races in fast break. Look at the fast break points. What was the fast break points discrepancy today? It was 18-8. Saw it on the TV. You can't give them any more advantages than they already have, because they're great at taking advantage. And they did. This was a great game by Boston, man. I give them a lot of credit. They were solid from Brown to Tatum, super efficient. Pritchard was outstanding. Horford was great. And, they put a lot of pressure on the rim, put a lot of pressure on the Knicks. They put a lot of pressure on Mitch. Towns picked up his foul trouble, and that was it. Cooked. Absolutely cooked, man.
Cooked indeed. Hey, CP, let's get to some calls, man. Let's hear what people got to say. Yep. So let's get to STG Nick, man. STG Nick, were you in the building, man? What do you have the stadium report for us?
Never not. STG's always in the mix, man. I saw him out there on the street. Shout out to STG.
Yep. What's up, guys? Yeah, that was a brutal loss. I'm not gonna say I 100% expected a loss, but I definitely expected it to be a lot. I just expected Boston to respond, and they responded like the champs would respond. One thing I noticed about us was it just took us a while to get into our sets offensively. I thought we did a better job in games 1 and 2 in Boston, especially when we made those comebacks of just getting into sets quicker. A lot of going east and west, not north and south. I think that's how you say it today. They weren't really attacking at times. And when they were, I don't know how many blocks they had, but whenever Cornette's out there, he looks huge. He had a few blocks.
Yeah, man. Yes, yeah. Cornette has been when did this guy become so imposing?
Man.
It's crazy, man. Great point.
But yeah, him and then KP had some blocks. But
Yes, he
yeah,
did.
so some points from earlier. Yeah, just trying to get Mikal going a little bit earlier because in game 2 he wasn't anything in the first 3 quarters and he flipped the switch in the fourth. So if you can get him going consistently a little bit more earlier on, I think that would be good. But yeah, no, it was tough. But like I think you guys mentioned before, we cut it to 20, and I'm like, people starting to wait the towels, but that was as close as it got.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can bounce back in game 4. I definitely think game 4 is a must win because then if it's tied 2-2 into Boston, then they get 2 of the next 3 at home. But again, I seriously think like we might be a better road team than we are a home team. What are we,
That's
5-0
what
in
I'm
the
saying,
playoffs?
man. I'm like, man, we should have had this one in Boston, man. Real talk.
We really should have 5-0
Yeah,
on the road
yeah,
so far in the postseason, and all 5 of
yeah.
those wins have been within 3 points. So these guys can get it done on the road. I don't know if it's the us against the to your slogan, a little like us against the world mentality or
Yeah.
whatever it is. But hopefully we can bounce back Monday and get a home win.
Yeah. Well, like you and shout out my guy Mark, Yeah, he said the same thing, man. We lose Monday, it's over. I don't believe in any of that, man. It's the same thing with the Detroit series. But look, you're playing the champs. The Knicks have to raise their game up. Period. So like if they don't win Monday, hey, maybe they don't raise the game up. But like they have to play better. Period. Point blank, period, man. And again, it has to start with their 2 guys. It has to be Brunson. It has to be Karl-Anthony Towns. I was not impressed with anything that these guys did tonight. They weren't good enough for this team to get the W.
CK, and I were talking. We are just like, oh, like before we started the show, I was like, Brunson had 27, Cat had 21.
Right.
I was like, they
Didn't
had
feel like it.
these points. I was like, when did that happen? Because it
You
did not
didn't
feel
even
like
feel
that.
You didn't feel it. You didn't feel it, man. So
Just play all 4
You know.
quarters. Like that's
Yeah.
all I'm asking for this team.
Yeah.
Play all 4 quarters. We don't
No,
do that.
they've just got to be a lot better, man. I mean, look at the box score. Like Boston got contributions from everybody. 4 out of the 5 starters in double figures, and Peyton Pritchard outscored the entire Knicks bench. He was phenomenal. He was great, man. Pritchard, 8 of 60, 50% from everything. 5 of 10 from downtown, 8 of 16 from the field. This is what makes Boston so dangerous. And Tatum was like 22, whatever. He had Brown with 19, 7 of 18, but everybody chipped in and killed the Knicks. Derek White, 3 of 6. So they shot 50% from downtown. This is who they are. Knicks got to respond.
It certainly is who they are. And like watching the Celtics play, it wasn't that like the Stars had their moment, Tatum and Brown had their moments, but that was a collective team effort by the Celtics.
Collective. They were
that
great.
That was a collective team effort.
Yeah.
Like I don't walk away from that game saying the Stars killed us and we allowed them to be who they are.
Yeah.
I walk away from that saying that our defense, because we went to drop in that first half, I was like, why? Are we not just I did not understand that.
I
It was so confusing.
Why are we going back to the drop?
It made no sense. Absolutely no sense. And then no one understood their rotations. I'm seeing Pritchard wide open in airs. I'm like, who?
Yeah.
Can we just keep a body on somebody?
I think once the foul trouble happened, things got a little wonky, man. Got a little wonky.
Yeah, mess everything up.
Once Cat and Mitch, once you 2 bigs got into foul trouble, things got kind of out of whack.
Yeah, y'all overcomplicating it, man. Tibbs got the Knicks in 5. That's all it was. That's all it was. So he switched to drop coverage for 1 game. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
Tibbs out here having fun with Underdog Fantasy.
Tibbs, yeah, he watches the show. He got Tibbs and he got Knicks in 5. So he's like, all right, let me drop coverage back for this one. Let him think.
Sure. How many? Oh shit! Oh, we've been on for 2 hours already. Okay. Yeah. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Still got a good crowd going on a Saturday night. Shout out to everybody that came through to the Ainsworth, bro. The Ainsworth was.
Well, we're gonna see it on Wednesday.
Yeah, the Ainsworth was upside down, literally.
A different type of zoo.
Yeah, it was a different type of zoo, man. We flipped it all the way upside down on a Saturday. Knicks up 2-0. Obviously, everybody wants to come out, and shout out to everybody that came through to Ainsworth. We definitely appreciate everybody that came through. But yeah, it was a different type of crazy. at the Ainsworth. You know, it's still safe and everything, family show, but packed is the word. We had
And
a
it was a
great
nice day, so that roof must have been open too.
roof was open, downstairs, front, packed. Shout out to Diego Crispo, says I was there tonight. Yeah, shout out to Diego. We definitely appreciate it. All the franchise channel members that were there. We appreciate everybody for pulling up to the Ainsworth, man. Shout out to Cedro Ty, DJ Eric L. Beats for holding it down while we were at the game. Yeah, and you know me, Evan Roberts, fellas. We was talking to Evan and Tiki yesterday. We were wondering. He was doubting that, like, you know, Celtics would have a lot of fans there. They did. They did.
Yeah.
Yo, there was Celtics fans in every row. Celtics fans in the Delta Club.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
Celtics Nation was in there heavy, man. They were in there everywhere. Yeah, absolutely, man. They were in there. I told them, and I was like, why wouldn't they be there? Their tickets cost damn near more than ours, Al. You know it, right? Oh,
It's actually the other way.
He did. He did.
I did go to game one. I'll tell you this: the tickets for MSG are way. How much for my tickets? Not even close to
not yours. But like, I mean, how were the
where I
tickets?
sat? Like I still sat, of course. I sat like if it was comparable to like where you sit. I sit in that lower bowl arena.
Yeah.
So they were not as bad as what ticket prices were for MSG for this game.
Really?
They were.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But granted, I got it from the team. So the resellers, right? The resellers can make it crazy, which is what the bigger issue is.
Right.
But they were not anywhere close to like what you're paying. I would say it's probably like a good $200 less out here than it is down there.
Wow. Okay. Well, even still, they were there. That's all I gotta say. They were there and representing their team heavy. They were every row had a Celtics fan in it. At least where I was at. I was in 103. So yeah, they were definitely there.
Well, you know what it is, man. It's a Saturday. They were able to plan for this game. They were able to buy tickets. You know, it's easy to plan for a Saturday. It's hard to plan for a Monday or Wednesday if you're not in the area.
A little bit different.
Like, yeah, man. Like when I was at game one, like we're talking about a Monday night.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to my guy John Malika who showed up and we went to the game together. But it's like, you know, there was a good amount of Knicks fans, but I've seen it on weekends, and like it's not 50-50. It's never 50-50, but you could see like waves of orange in the crowd.
Yeah.
It's different during the week and on a weekend for sure.
Yeah. I would say who got the best ovation in celebrity row? It was the Giants.
Nice.
Eli, Tuck, and Strahan were
together. They showed up. There you go.
Eli brought one of his kids. They got the best ovation so far. Dexter Lawrence got a good one. Who else? No Jets, Al. Sorry. I don't think any Jets. I don't think any notable Jets were there anybody cared about. So the Jets didn't really get anything. You know what? The ovation for J.R. Smith was number one for Ewing.
Wow.
Promise you. Yeah, me and wife were disappointed.
Man.
They showed because you know, before they intro the player, they will show like, you know, a significant highlight. So for this one for Ewing, they did a little bit different because Boston was in town. They showed the highlight from the 1990 series between the Knicks and the Celtics when Ewing hit like that crazy turnaround buzzer beater 3, and Gerald Wilkins who had a big series. So they had the two of them sitting together. So they showed the two of them on the Jumbotron. And it was very lackluster. I stood up. I was up with the towel. You know what I'm saying? It's Patrick Ewing. You know?
Yeah. But when's the last time J.R. was at a game, though? I think that's more of what it is.
That's more of it, too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Earl.
You know what I mean?
Earl yeah, Earl got a big ovation, man, for sure.
Yeah, as he should.
Earl got a big ovation. But other than Ewing and Earl, they put the rest of the Knicks on, like, by the way, these guys are here. So in the fourth quarter, well, Al's looking crazy. But what it is that, like, with Celebrity Row, because it's not only like, you know, courtside, you got people in the second row courtside, third row courtside. So they put all those people in like a fourth quarter montage where they show like, oh, by the way, these people are here. So they're here. So they pre-recorded CK and Al. They pre-record their thing. They're waving at the camera. So it'll go like,
God.
Yeah.
No.
But JR was in the beginning joints with the rest of the people, right? But the fourth quarter joint was like, it was like Tim Thomas, Starberry, all the Law and Order people that are always there. I forgot, man. Like it went crazy. But the fourth quarter is when they show like by the way, these people are also here type of thing.
Crazy.
Yeah. It was that type of thing.
No Bad Bunny left? Bad Bunny?
Oh, Bad Bunny did get some love. Bad Bunny
Yeah.
got a solo joint. Yeah, he did. Bad Bunny did get a solo joint. Oh, CC got a solo. Shout out to CC, Yankees fan. CC was
Nice.
there.
Let's go.
Yeah, he definitely did get some love. But the biggest pop was for the Giants. Was for Eli, Tuck, and Strahan, who were all sitting together. So that was cool. Yeah, that was cool. that was the best part of the game. Because to be honest with you, nothing else was memorable in that game.
Yes.
Record crowd, record prices, blah blah. Knicks stunk up the joint. Period. They treated it. It was like a regular season game. I swear to God.
People paid
like
rent's worth to go to this game. To get that,
cannot do that price again, bro.
Last
time I paid that much, it got blown out.
Regular season vibes. This was like, for the Boston fan, this is what it was like for you, Al, at game one. Is that type of thing. It was the Boston fans' night. They were the ones that were standing up, going crazy, and almost kind of expecting to get back to dominance. That's why I wanted this game so bad.
Bro, I just have all those people out here in Boston just texting me like, "Oh, we got you, we got it." I'm like, okay, man.
There they go.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't want Knicks fans to be like, "Oh, if we don't win this, it's over." No, it's not that.
Nah,
it's not that.
It's not.
Not that. What the two games got the Knicks was time to like figure out how to really beat this team, and not just rely on this team to miss shots and fourth quarter miracles. No, what the two games to me got the Knicks was like, okay, how do we really game plan to be the best version of ourselves against this team? To win two more. All they need is two more, guys. Remember that.
That's it.
They win Monday, then the conversation flips again. So, thank God, we will have like the mainstream stuff Monday afternoon. Like, oh, what are the Knicks going to do? Oh, it's pressure on the Knicks. They win Monday. It flips again.
And then they go back to being on the road.
Where they're better anyway.
Where they're better at.
You're right.
And they're going to be way better because Alex will be in attendance, right? Mr. Undefeated, we need you there, though.
Well, no, I thought we were doing Bleacher on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's your excuse.
Yes, that is the goal. I'm gonna hit them back on Monday, see what the deal is. But their intention is to do a Game 5 live stream here in New York. So I'll keep you posted ahead of time so you can get down here in time. And then man, don't look at this as, oh man, if they don't win this or if they don't win Monday, it's over. No. Remember, just like Detroit, remember it's a series. But we just have to understand that, like, we have to be better. That's why I was saying, when people are like, oh, every game is important. Yes, I understand that. I want to see the Knicks be better than come from behind, scramble, frantic Knicks in the fourth quarter. No, I want to see them be better. That version of them that was, the last game of the regular season against, or the last time they played in the regular season. That is the type of effort that you're going to need against this team. They weren't that tonight. They were very average. So this was a good wake-up call. Even though I was there, I sacrificed for Knicks Nation, CK and Al.
That was a sacrifice.
Bro, a huge sacrifice, man. Yeah, I got no sleep last night. I was hyped for this. I went to the Garden. They bummed it up. And I still left the,
Put down a mortgage payment.
Put down a mortgage payment. Yeah. At least the food was good. Went to the Delta Club. The food was good. They had the lobster salad go. We ate that.
Lobster salad.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yo, that's one thing in the Delta. Shout out to everybody that be in the Delta Club. That's one thing. Dolan, the catering is popping in the Delta Club. That's one thing. So I had to go there and make sure I, caught up on some good eats.
You should have
I'm
asked
sure you
Dawn
had to.
for a take-home bag, man, after this.
Yeah. Well, usually I take the burger, so I take a daily burger home, but I ate it in the stands. I did eat.
What else were you gonna do? Watch the game?
Right. Yeah.
Oh man.
And what they do now for the third quarter, like when you're in the Delta, they flash the lights with 5 minutes left, and they let the people know, like, it's almost like on Broadway. Like,
I was
right?
just gonna
You guys been to
say
Broadway.
that.
They do the
Yeah. That's
same
some
thing.
theater stuff.
Yeah. So if you're in any of the clubs, if you're in the Delta Club, if you're in Madison Club, or if you're in where like this the celebs go, I forgot what club that's called. If you're in there, they flash the lights. Like, you got 5 minutes left. Do your schmoozing and get back to the seats. Yeah. How about the Mitch free throw attempts? Hacker Mitch was
So sick of it, bro. Please stop.
I was
They're not
like,
gonna stop.
it don't matter. Yeah, well, tonight, oh boy, it was an adventure tonight, man. It was tough. It was an adventure.
Roller
Shout out
coaster,
to Mitchie, man. Shout out to Mitchie, man. That's my guy. But damn, it just, I don't think they didn't lose because of it, but it kind of compounded things tonight versus 1 and 2, right? Like, what did you got? I felt like Hacker Mitch was more. It hurt us a little bit more tonight than the first 2 games.
It certainly did. I mean, it also didn't help that Cat was also in foul trouble. We didn't get really the double big lineup, CP. If we got the double big lineup tonight, I felt like we could have fought our way back in this game. But without the double big lineup, you had to rely on either Cat or Mitch out there. And then if it's just going to be Mitch, because it first was Cat that got into foul trouble. He got his 3rd foul. So then it's like, all right, Mitch, you get back out there. Then he got into foul trouble. And then it's like, all right, now we got Precious. But tonight, the Hacker Mitch was more felt because he couldn't have Cat or anybody else out there. It couldn't be like, all right, Cat, Mitch still has, some fouls to go. There's really no answer for that tonight. The whole first half was wonky. With Josh going out, foul trouble for everybody, man.
Yeah,
it was all out of rhythm.
Yeah. Tough game.
Well, we got some super chats here, bro.
Read them, man. What we got?
We got Badowski with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you. We got Dark Souls GT for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you as well. New York to Pennsylvania again. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member and the $5 super chat. He said, "Yeah, Knicks, we're sleeping on duty. Tell me how and why." Yeah, Jameis would have gave them some inspiration.
We
were talking about
Jameis would have pulled up, man. Gave him a sermon.
We were talking about how CK is now, a little upset that Derek Carr retired today. So now, he wants Jameis Winston back.
Yeah, well, just rock with the Giants, CK, man. It's easy, man. What do you mean, bro? That should be an easy transition, bro.
Loyal, y'all. Too loyal, man. That's too loyal, man.
Like it wouldn't be like a crazy thing. Like, you came from here, bro. This is your roots.
Facts. Yeah, man.
Well, he's from Queens, so maybe he wants to be a Jets. Yeah. Who knows?
See, this is why I'm not having this conversation. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
My dad, just rock with Big Blue, bro. Much easy.
Jameis Winston should have been there first for halftime. Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at that guy right there, man. Look at him go, man.
Yeah, I'm rocking with him.
Eat some W's.
Yeah, I'm definitely rocking with him. Shout out to Anthony, man, franchise channel member. He pulled up to the watch party.
Nice.
Salute to all the franchise channel members. I ran into a franchise channel member walking back to the Ainsworth in the middle of the street. I forgot his name. But shout out to him. I ran into mad people on the way back to the Ainsworth.
Nice.
And at the Ainsworth. So salute to everybody. It was still a nice day, man. It was a beautiful day in New York. They did close off parts of 7th Avenue. The the Knicks block party area was still rocking. Like, all that was great, but it's just like, damn. The players just did not they didn't answer the call.
Nothing to root for, man.
Nothing to root for, bro.
Nothing.
That was the most disappointing part. It's like, damn, like, you didn't even give us a fight.
I was grasping for straws in that play-by-play, man. I was like, chip away.
Yeah,
we got chip away. We got chip away. They cut it to 20, just get it down to 15.
Wire to wire. Nothing to talk about.
Tough.
I stopped taking notes after the second quarter. I was like, all right, I kind of get what's going on here.
Yeah.
Usually I got some nice detailed notes, and it's like, yeah, you can just watch this game like, all right.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
even
Can't
at
want it more than
halftime.
they do.
Even at halftime, man, it was just
Yeah.
like, you know what, just throw it away, man. Just throw this one.
Tibbs threw it away. He put the bench out there. He gave
It
up
is,
like
but good. You know, let's
yeah,
come
no,
at
for sure.
on
You don't need to
Monday.
risk any of these guys getting hurt for sure.
Regroup. Look again, things can change again. You win Monday, it can change all over again. So that's why I'm not too worried about that. I'm not too worried.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mark for the $20 super chat. He
Mark.
said he's also a franchise channel member. He said at family party today, 2 Celtics fans were there, watched the game. Despite the loss, both Celtics fans said Knicks winning in 7. They don't trust Tatum. Said Brunson is special and will pop off soon and carry. I was surprised, to be honest. Those are some interesting Celtics fans. We need some more of those Celtics fans.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like. What do you guys think with Cat, man? Like, you know, how does he? The Holiday and White and Pritchard situation, they're tough. Cap is a tough shot shooter. I don't know. What do you guys think, man? In terms of just getting him going.
I think it's tough. Like, unlike the matchups, even like if you think about Philly, Cleveland, Detroit, he didn't really have to go against, even when you think about the Pacers, he's never really had to go against a team that's had 5 defenders. Like, legitimately 5. It's like, all right, you get past one guy. All right, now you got another guy. Then after that guy, there's another guy. That's tough, man. That's exhausting. That's where I'm like, and that's why you brought Cat in here to be that other guy, to be that, like, all right.
Exactly.
We don't have to have Brunson shoulder the entire, weight of the earth, but it's tough, man. And the thing is that even though his game, like, you didn't feel his impact, some of the shots he still got to, I'm like, all right, he's feeling a rhythm today. Maybe this is what carries over to the next game, saying, all right, Monday, in his bag already, got a little loose, not as tense, now being back home. Hopefully he can, just get into a rhythm. But everybody else, man, y'all got to just step up. We can't just have 6 points from OG. We can't have Bridges doing like, I have no idea what I want to do. We cannot have Karl Anthony Towns not posting up and shooting threes. Do those 2 things.
Yeah.
If you see any glimpse of daylight from 3, shoot it. That's a free throw for you. Shoot it.
100%.
Yeah. That's what I was telling Alex earlier on. I feel like with Brunson, it feels like it was just louder because there wasn't any help. There wasn't any help. He didn't have a solid number 2 tonight. OG stunk it up. Mikal Bridges was, wishy-washy. He had 12. He shot well, but he was 12 points. That we need more than that. Cat got all his way too late. So I feel like just for the mere fact there was nobody else along with his 27, it's so much louder than if you had OG with like 18 and Towns with that 21, 25 and Bridges with like 16. There's a different conversation, but he had no help. So you see it louder.
True indeed. True indeed, man.
Whatever.
Shout out to STG Nick and Diego Crespo in the chat. So Diego says that he was sitting next to 2 Celtics fans. I was about to throw hands with them. He said they got tossed out. STG said he felt like the Celtics fans were obnoxious. Now, look, man, in my section, like I said, we were surrounded by Celtics fans who weren't obnoxious, but look, they had a lot to cheer for, and they did. I didn't have anything. I didn't have any issues with the Celtics fans that were around us. They
honestly,
the team
man,
gave us something, and they took it.
Honestly, man,
that would have been me.
I was about to say that was me on Monday.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That was me on Monday, screaming, hollering, telling people to go home in the hallways. What do you think you're gonna do, man? This is what fandom's all about. You get hyped. It's an intense series. People are gonna get excited, man. It's the people who start fighting and start doing the extra stuff that I'm like, all right, man. It's one thing to chirp. It's a whole other thing to be like throwing fists and whatnot.
No, there wasn't any smoke like that in my section. There was a ton of Celtics fans in my section, but the Knicks fans, no one really we didn't really interact with them. You know what I mean? Like, they had their moments. We didn't have any moments.
You didn't have any.
Right. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? What can we do? It was just one of those where it was just like 48 minutes wire to wire. We just like,
what you gonna say? Right.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So, yeah, listen, they had their time, man. It was their time. They spent their money like we did, and they enjoyed it. So, I didn't have any issue with it. You know,
Yeah.
some were more, dressed for the occasion than others. Like you had some with jerseys and some with, I guess, Al, you may have seen it. Like you had like the Celtics type of wizardry type of hat. You seen that?
Oh, I've seen. Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
So
yeah,
some
yeah.
guys had that on, and he was with his youngster, his little kid, and father and son having a good time. Like I'm too old to be getting into it. Oh man, I don't own the team. That's the thing. Like you see these guys getting washed in the name of their team. Like, bro, I don't own the team. Like, that's not me. That's not what I'm doing. So,
Getting washed in the name of their team.
getting washed. Knicks fans going up to Boston, getting laid out in the streets on Newberry Street. Like, nah, man. We're not doing that, bro.
Oh, I saw this. I walked like after game one, like people were trying to start fights. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, just go home, man. Just like, what are we?
Yeah.
It ain't that serious, man.
No,
it's never that serious. We got to start throwing fists and getting into fights. It's never that serious.
Yeah.
Team lost. It is what it is. Trash talking's one thing. Starting to throw fists is a whole other thing. Move on, man.
100%.
Ain't that real? Shout out to Mark. He followed up with his super chat with another super chat.
Okay.
Shout out to Mark
Shout out
again.
to Mark.
He said, and this is $5. He said, on a side note, can you guys explain how Vegas had Celtics minus 5.5 coming into this game? Actual results aside, that was crazy. No respect.
Well, they were -5.
Yeah, so that means they were expected to win today.
Yeah.
Okay, but wasn't game 2? Weren't they 10?
Yeah. So they gave the Knicks some respect, saying, hey, they were going to lose, but not by that much.
Right.
Vegas didn't expect this to lose by this much, but they said, hey, the Celtics are going to win. Look, if the Knicks were able to sweep the Celtics, then we really got to have a conversation about what regular season games mean.
Facts.
Then we really had to have a serious conversation about that.
I think we can start that conversation if this happens in a gentleman's suite. To be completely honest,
you can, but I still think even still a full on sweep.
For sure,
that's more of a conversation. I mean, we've seen gentleman sweeps before where it's like, look, I think the Knicks and the Cavs their first year went back and forth, and these were some crazy performances. But you could argue hey, at least they were it was somewhat competitive, and then we just gentlemen swept them. It was even competitive for them. Shout out to Raymond Concepcion for becoming a franchise channel member. Appreciate you. And we got El Dentastico with a $10 super chat.
Dentastico.
He said, we need to muddy these games up. Play tough and physical. No more of this pretty boy Celtics play style. We need to play Knicks basketball and set our tone. Let's put these guys in a dogfight.
I thought the Celtics played tough and bullied us out the game. That's what I saw. We couldn't get nothing inside. They played like the champs. I said, oh man.
They sure did clog up the paint tonight. That was definitely different tonight from the first 2 games.
Look, man, I thought they played a great game. I just give credit where it's due. They played great. They played like themselves. And that's why I was like, man, can we raise it up a notch?
Dude, Cat had that drive and a nice handoff to Mitch for a dunk, and I was like, how are there 3 Celtics ready to defend? I mean, Horford caught the block, but I was like, there's 3 guys around the rim right now.
McCall got a jumper blocked.
Yep. Yeah,
McCall got a jumper blocked. So
Brunson got a shot blocked by Derek White.
That's right. So look, man, gotta wake up. Monday's another day. See what's up. Al, who we got on the Discord, man? I'm ready to get some denims on stuff.
We got Steven who could be our closer for tonight, man.
Steven, close us out, man. Are you there?
Steven.
All right, Steven's
he's out to lunch, like the Knicks.
He's out to lunch.
That's on. That's me.
Can you hear me?
That's on.
Oh, there he is.
Oh my God! Listen, I got to tell you, I'm well beyond AARP eligible. I just had, thank God, my daughter came back from college this weekend.
There we go.
Got me set up to download the Discord, and I'm going to have her set me up to become a member of KFTV. So it takes me a little. So since I'm that age, it takes me a little bit longer to figure out which button to hit on the phone.
It's all good, man. As long as you.
I got to say, ever since I seen UCB the franchise on FAN, I'm a big fan of you and Alex and everything you guys do. I plan to come bring my daughter, who's going to go back on Tuesdays to school. She wants to go, so I'm going to bring my daughter. So shout out to you guys. You guys are for the Knicks fans. You guys are awesome, man. So this is coming from a guy that's in older guy who like started going to games in the late 70s, seeing Bill Cartwright, Rory Sparrow,
Nice.
Bernard King,
Oh,
and
the Bernard days. You were Bernard.
yeah, and
You
it's
were
funny you
Bernard
mentioned
era.
JR. Yeah, you mentioned J.R. Smith. That was my favorite year in '99 with Allen Houston and Marcus Camby. That was a great year.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well,
yeah,
JR
so
was probably like 20 years later, but it's all good. I
yeah,
hate.
yeah. So one of the things I got to say though, watching this game though, and Alex, you mentioned it before, and I think the guy from Canada hit on it before, talking about Mitchell Robinson. One of the things we're seeing getting off to these slow starts, I think the big advantage going into this game when you look at Karl Anthony Towns with Mitch, 20-4, the plus minus with Mitch in the lineup, Hack and Mitch. Let's start Mitch. What are we doing? Let's put Mitch in the starting lineup because he's one of our best offensive rebounders and defenders. And he's not, and with doing that, when you're able to offensively rebound the ball, you're not allowing these guys to get off in transition. Because when you have Hart and Brunson, I love Hart. Don't get me wrong. I love
They
Hart.
get out
He
rebound.
has to play 28 to 30 minutes a game. But when you have Mitch starting, you do away
Yeah.
with the hack and Mitch. No more hack and Mitch. You're playing to my strength. And what are you going to do with your starting lineup if I got Towns and Mitch in the starting lineup? You have to account for Mitch on the boards. Because I'm seeing here with Hart, they're leaving him open. A little bit harder for Towns to get going. So that's the way I'm seeing the game. It's one shot, and that's why the first quarter it's always one shot in transition. One shot in transition. That's why with Mitch, if you start him, one of the best offensive rebounds besides Adams in the league. They're not getting out in transition. You shut that down. You got to play to our strength. You got to play. Mitch was the best player in the Cavs series. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
He was the best player. Even last year against Embiid. I'm going to make the Celtics play to my strength. I got to do something different because I've been seeing this too often. We bring Mitch in, second quarter, hack and Mitch. You know what? And they got to take him out, bring Precious and Chua. I love Precious, but it's a little bit of a drop off. I want to make the Celtics play to my strength. I want to get off where I'm on the boards. I'm grabbing offensive rebounds. I'm not allowing them to get off in transition. I'm making it uncomfortable for them on the perimeter. That's what you're doing when you put Mitch in the game. You see that. They have a hard time. That's what we're doing to Hack and Mitch. And I just don't understand why Tibbs, you could still give you want to give Mitch 20 to 28 minutes. Give it to him at the start of the first quarter and the start of the second half. Then play the position game at the end of the quarter, at the end of the fourth quarter, bring it in, play defense. If you start them in the first quarter and the start of the third quarter, they can't do hack and Mitch. You want to do hack and Mitch? Fine. Then we're in the penalty and the bonus the rest of the first half and the second half. It takes it away. Takes it away. So that's the one thing I'm seeing. And you know what? Unfortunately, they have to change it. If they don't make the change, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to expect anything different. That's the way I'm looking at the series. Because when you have especially underneath the boards, they have to account for Mitch on offensive underneath the glass on the offensive line. So he's going to get a cover coming from somebody smaller. So if it's Horford or whatever, Mitch is going to be right there underneath the boards, as opposed to where if it's Hart on the perimeter, they're going to be wide open. But Mitch is always going to be hitting the board. So I'd rather be in the start of the first quarter and the third quarter rather than be in the middle of the back end of the first quarter or the back end of the third quarter, because then all of a sudden you're in a bonus, you got to take him out. Unfortunately, yes, we all know Mitch can't hit free throws. Yes, we do know that. But he's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, and he's a great defender. So that's the way I see it. That's the move I would make. And you know what? I don't know why Tibbs is not going to make last year was the same thing against the Sixers when they had, they were starting Chua. Then he made the move to start McBride. That was the change he needed to make. I think that's the change he needs to make, just to throw them off. They get too comfortable. Don't make it too comfortable for them to get off.
Yeah. No, hey man, I don't know if Tibbs is gonna make that adjustment, man. But
You know, I mean,
yeah.
You see the plus minus. Hart was not to disparage Hart. All the starters were terrible. Mitch had a bad game tonight. He was -3 in 19 minutes. You know what I mean? And he's disruptive. They hack a Mitch because they don't want him on the floor. Missoula doesn't want him on the floor.
True indeed,
You know,
man.
and, when you go to those double bigs, you're making them play to your strengths. That's the big thing. You want to make them play to your strengths.
Right.
Especially Porzingis is. I mean, I don't know. Porzingis is. Right now he's obviously not at 100%. It's not even. So when you're dealing with Cornette and Horford, I mean, but
yeah.
I don't know what you think. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about the Alex and CP, but that's my take on it.
I appreciate the call, man. Well, listen, my take is I'm happy that you got on the Discord, man, that the younger generation got you hip with the technology, man, and that you tap it in with us, because I know you're going to be calling much more frequently, man. So I appreciate a take like this, man. Appreciate the call, man. Steven, man.
Shout out to Steven, man. First time call. I guess that's on the Discord. He has his
Absolutely.
daughter help him, man. He had to get to the youth. He had to ask the youth to help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Steven, man. Call back anytime. I like the call. I don't think. Look, Steve. Look, Tip. He's not going to start Mitch, but yeah, you can always use more Twin Tower looks. I think that will help the Knicks tonight. It wasn't their night in terms of that, especially when the Hack-a-Mitch situation kind of compounded the Knicks' slow start and inability to get offense. So it helped Missoula tonight, and there was a good strategy by Missoula and the gang tonight. But hey, maybe Monday is a little bit different story, but don't go away from Mitch. The Knicks need Mitch. And Hack-a-Mitch or not, fellas, like they're going to have to figure out a way to fight through it. And to me, starting off better can help them.
I think Mitch being out there more often than he isn't. I think to Steven's point, if you get him out there early before it could be a whole Hack-a-Mitch situation, it could help, man. It could help, especially when it comes to rebounding, getting second chance opportunities. We got to get second chance opportunities. That's how we're going to be able to beat the Celtics, man.
Got to get after them.
Got to control the boards.
Not only that, we got to stop them from getting second chance opportunities.
Exactly, bro.
Not just us. We got to stop them.
That is their way. That they're a good team at that, and we can't forget that. But it's easier said than done, man. But it's just like, man, between White does a lot of that, man. Like he's just so all over the court. People I don't think people really understand how great Derek White is, and how he is the best glue guy in the league. He might not get awards this year when it comes to NBA awards, but he's so good. It's tough, very tough, man. So hey, it's just one of those nights, man. But we'll be all right.
Yep.
All right, Alan CK. Let's go to two more real quick. Omar from the Bronx. We got to hear from day one. Omar, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You can hear me okay?
Loud and clear. How you doing?
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I think we got to keep something in mind. This is the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's easy to overreact, but this happens. This is par for the course,
Mm-hmm.
We can't go into the postseason thinking we're going to start sweeping teams, especially the Celtics.
Yeah.
This I know it sucks. I was just as pissed as everybody else, especially when it's like a highly anticipated game. We're all hyped. We had 2 games to kind of go over the 2-0 series and all that, but it is what it is. This is par for the course. Couple of things, and I'll land a plane. I know rapid fire. Number one, I agree with the caller. Tibbs is not going to do it, but they're going to hack Mitch. It's in his head, and it's becoming an issue. I would start him in the beginning of quarters. That way it negates it. If they do it, it puts us in the bonus. If not, then, we're able to at least get him on the floor with some more playing time. But that might need they have Karl-Anthony Towns on the bench a little more. I don't think Tibbs is going to do that, but it's an issue. The free throws is a big problem. It stops momentum. It's lost possessions. And it's impacting our game. So that's one thing, and they're going to keep doing it regardless. Second thing, they really don't have an answer for Cat. If he just gets the ball in the post, he's either going to draw a foul or he's going to hit his finesse shots. They don't have an answer for him. We just tend to go away from him. Josh Hart has the ball the majority of the time. 9 times out of 10, it's always Josh Hart kind of like taking the shot, going into the paint. I don't know how we're running our offense through Brunson and Hart the majority of the offensive sequences. We got to get these other guys involved throughout the course of the game. I know it's something we say almost every show, but if you watch the game, it's always like a Josh Hart layup, a Brunson dribble, something like that. These other guys only get the ball when it's a catch and shoot opportunity. We're not going to win that way. So I think that's another thing we have to do as well. And lastly, for this game in particular, we just missed our shots. That's why we lost.
Yeah.
Shot quarter, and we missed them. And the Celtics are going to get hot. It's a make or miss league. When we missed the shots, they made their shots, and we dug ourselves into a hole that we just couldn't come out of. But I think everybody just pumped the brakes. If we lose on Monday, I'm going to be in trouble. But this happens. It happens throughout the postseason. It happens every year to even the best of teams. It is what it is. We got to win on Monday. Monday has to be a must-win because we go back to Boston 2-2. It's getting dicey. At this point, I don't even want to play in the Garden. I'd rather all the games be in Boston because the Knicks seem more nervous at home than away. And it's crazy to think that way. But I guess that home, like at home, I guess when you see the fans, they kind of get anxious. They're kind of like, chirping when you miss a shot, that anxiety level. Maybe that's getting to them. Maybe the expectations are there when they're in Boston, when they're on the road. They feel like they just kind of play loose. It's them against the world. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Rough one, but, let's look forward to Monday.
Yes, sir. Omar, always good to hear from you, man. Always good to hear from you. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Omar from the BX. Okay, let's hear from Joe from AC. Joe.
Oh, yo. What's up, CP? Thanks for taking my call.
What's good, man? Are you at the board? Are you on the crap table? What are you doing out there, man?
Not this weekend. Not this weekend, but
Is White House still open? They got good food over there, man.
Would you say White House?
Yeah.
To be honest, I haven't been there in a while. But
okay. Oh, so that's trash. I'm just a tourist. I was touristing. Okay, all right, no problem.
Nah, I used to DJ over at the Bonefish. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of the Bonefish. But,
okay. Bonefish Grill?
Yeah, Bonefish Grill.
Oh, okay.
And there's another spot called the Boneyard too. But that closed down. So.
Oh, all right. CK, you should go out there, man.
I should.
Losing money.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not really worried about tonight. I know we had kind of like a slow start. We've been having these slow starts, but I just think it comes down to like execution. We just need to walk in there and take what's ours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's time for us to stand up. JB's got us, man. I have all the trust in JB in Game 4. So we adjust our shot diet. We make sure what we're doing is great. We make sure that we're getting to the free throw line. We're getting good ball movement. We got to make sure that we're passing the ball. 16 assists on this game is kind of low.
It is kind of low.
I would like to see like 25, 26 assists a game. And I've been saying since the game 1 of the Pistons series that I want to see Daylon Wright get into the game. And I've been saying Daylon for a long time. I know tonight he got a couple minutes. He didn't really look too hot. He dropped his hairband on the ground, was kind of looking kind of sluggish. But listen, that's not Daylon. The Daylon that we saw from the 2 games that he played, he's a good point guard. He can help us, man. I think he can help us. I think Shamit can help us. I think Hawkporty can help us in certain situations. We just need our guys to step up, and we just need to execute, man. That's what all it is. We just got to go out there and take it. It's ours. Okay. And we got to stand up. New York, stand up. That's all it is.
Well, let's go, man. Joe, we appreciate you, man.
Thanks for taking my call, CP. I appreciate it.
Man. Call back anytime, bro. Shout out to Joe, man. Shout out to Joe. You guys been to Atlantic City, man? LCK, man?
Nah.
Never.
Yeah,
a lot of Vegas, but never Atlantic City.
Okay.
Vegas.
Yeah, back in its heyday, it used to pop,
Okay.
Yeah, AC used to pop back in its heyday, man, I feel like I caught like the tail end of it.
Got you.
But a lot of casinos popping up regionally, man. Like, you have the Sands and PA. New York is really fighting hard for like, table type casinos. They have, you got Resorts World, which is a little bootleg casino and stuff, but that's more.
It's legal? That's legal in New York?
Yeah, we got Resorts World, but I probably went there like one time.
I didn't know that.
Well, we don't have table games yet, so
got you. So just slots.
Yeah, so you got a lot of property in Queens, a lot of acreage in Queens that people are trying to develop there. I think Hope is trying to take a group in the city and build like a tower casino, if you will, a la Mohegan Sun type of thing, Foxwoods type of thing, where kind of build it up.
Been to Foxwoods, yeah.
You've been to Foxwoods out. Foxwoods
Yeah.
is cool. So when like all those regional ones kind of popped up, AC kind of died down. It wasn't really like what it used to be.
You got Encore
cool.
out here in Boston now.
Oh, they opened up an Encore out there in Boston.
Yeah, man. They got an Encore out here. You can't miss it, man.
Oh,
that
yeah?
thing sticks out like a mile.
Interesting.
Thing sticks out like from a mile away.
They have table games there too, or is it all
Yes, they
virtual?
do.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's wow. That's interesting.
He also was I remember like in New York, like the big thing. If you grew up in Westchester, you went to Yonkers Raceway because they had the slots. Yep, Empire, man. Empire.
Did I go in there? No, I don't think I. Maybe once. Yeah, maybe once.
Yeah, that was like a 10-minute drive for me. So you'd be like, oh man, let's go hit the slots.
Yeah, Empire. That's all they had was slots.
Yep.
Right. But now, yeah, they're trying to bring table games here to New York, and I'm sure it'll happen eventually.
Which one in Florida? They got. I think it's like Hollywood down in Florida too. I've been to Hollywood down in Florida.
Oh, the Hard Rock.
Yes.
Yeah. I was at the Hard Rock the other day. I couldn't get it. We couldn't get on no tables, man. It was packed.
Dang.
Yeah. Me and the homie went down there before the Miami game. When I was down there for the Miami game, went to the Hard Rock and literally could only just get a drink because all the tables were just packed. But that's just the deal. But it was also like a weekend night. It was a Saturday night, so that's just a Florida thing where everybody goes to. Who else? Armand says AC will rise again. Everybody always thinks that. I gotta ask Joe from AC what he thinks, but I don't know, man.
Gotta talk to Ari, man. I know Ari is a big Atlantic City guy.
Well, some people go there. Well, we completely took the show off the rails. Like, shout out to Joe. We completely disregarded Joe's point. We'll call back anytime. We're talking about AC and gambling now. People go there for the Super Bowl now. My homies go to AC for the Super Bowl. Yeah. I think there is like one spot where everybody goes for the Super Bowl. I would never do it. I wouldn't drive 2.5 hours to go watch the Super Bowl. Nah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go do that. But people do. Super Bowl is still a thing in AC. I gotta ask Joe. Okay, STG Nick will vouch for me. White House subs is amazing. Last time I went to AC, White House subs. Yeah, that was like maybe 3, 4, or 5 years ago. White House subs. Before you exit, you got to go to White House subs and get and I got to preface a pause before I say that. But you got to get one of those sandwiches, You got to get one of those sandwiches.
Be careful, man. We got the challenge flag ready to go. Don't worry.
Yes.
I think that's legal.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything, man. I'm just saying we have it. We have it on.
Listen, man. Knicks lost. We got to take this thing off the rails. Okay. Gobstopper says Rhode Island casinos are dope. Al, any testimonies there?
To what?
Can you vouch, bro?
Rhode Island?
Rhode Island got casino. I didn't even know that.
I've never been out to Rhode Island for casinos. Asked my guy Joey about that.
But Rhode Island has great food. I can vouch for that.
That they do have. I can vouch for Rhode Island having really good food.
Yeah.
They have really good food.
Bogata, always good, man. Yeah, definitely. You should do the Bogata thing. You know what I mean? Late night, hit the basement, go to Fat Burger, and get it in. Yeah, the Bogata, you should get it cracking, man. Then they got the Water Club across the way. Yeah, AC still holds it down in that regard. Those are two good spots. If you end up at AC, maybe at a conference or something, you definitely want to go to the Borgata for sure. Okay. Let's see. Who else? Seabrook, New Hampshire, Al. That's another one for you. See, I'm giving you all the recommendations up by you, man.
Great. New Hampshire.
Shout out to Ellis Rivers. I never been to New Hampshire. You been to New Hampshire, Al?
Of course I've been to New Hampshire, man. That's like a 45-minute drive. I can get to New Hampshire in a second. What a lot of people do in Massachusetts, is they do not buy their alcohol in the state of Massachusetts. They go up to New Hampshire. No sales tax.
You go to New Hampshire just to save on tax?
That's what they do, man. I don't do that. I don't got time.
What's the drive?
45 minutes.
Damn, that's serious, huh?
Wow.
Respect.
They like go out and go get cases, bro. Like cases to take back home. That's what they do.
Chicago. I did go to a casino in Chicago. I think it was like Roseland or something like that. That one was pretty decent. They had everything there. Table spots and all of that.
Shout out to Chuck D back in the chat. Throw a hashtag
Yeah.
P. He said Maine. Maine is awesome. Maine's lit.
I haven't been up there either.
Portland, hell yeah. Great food in Maine.
That's what I heard. That's what
I have not been past
food
Rhode
in Maine is so good, man.
That's what
But I really did enjoy Rhode Island, though. I thought the food was great. The atmosphere was great. Very scenic, beautiful place. I did like Rhode Island, but I haven't been past there. Never been to New Hampshire or Maine now.
Maine's awesome. Highly recommend going to Portland. If you like hiking, go out to Acadia. Acadia is like good for like camping.
Hiking?
Where? Yeah, it's a national park. It's in Maine.
Maine. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Big park. You can do like kayaking, go out there camping, go set up a tent if you want to. Another place for people who are in the New England area, Burlington, Vermont. All right. If you like
Vermont.
All right. You want some good culinary experience, go out to Burlington. Right next there is Stowe. Also great culinary experience. You got to go. For me, it's a 4-hour drive. So you're getting out there. All right.
Here we go.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. This was a great segment, man. You know, Knicks lost. Hey, well, listen, man. They'll be back on Monday. We want to share with the people, man. You know, where to go to get some good food, gamble, lose your money, get some alcohol.
I'm saying, yeah, you go also go up to New Hampshire.
Get some bogeys, you know, some scotch. We could get some good hooch. The state of Maine looks like Scooby-Doo's head. That's Guns and Roses.
All right, man. All right.
I'm just reading
chat. Look what Payne Pritchard got us doing, bro.
Yes.
look at what Payne Pritchard got us doing, man.
Got us in a frenzy, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, great show. Yeah.
Gobstop is saying that you go to New Hampshire for alcohol and cigs. That is very much true.
Okay. All right,
45 minutes for all that bet. Respect.
There we go. All right. Well, listen, man. This segment has been brought to you by National Geographic. So to everybody in the chat.
National Geographic.
Yeah. We out of here. Allo, are we doing game of the week tomorrow? You know, tomorrow's Mother's Day. What are we doing tomorrow? What are we doing?
Let me get back to you on that one. Trying to work on the guess for that one.
No problem. No pressure there. We'll figure it out. But for everybody at home, salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to the replay gang. Remember that these shows are available in audio podcast format. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms that are a part of Knicks Nation, you know, or KFTV Nation, rather. You know, a lot of moms watch the show, you know, reluctantly as their husbands, you know, dig in for 6 hours in a day. I met another wife like that today. Like, you're always on my TV. I'm like, yeah. we hear that a lot, lady, but we appreciate the sacrifice, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So shout out to all the moms out there repping for KFTV, man. We appreciate you for, you know, just doing what you do. And these are important times in terms of television time. So we appreciate you guys. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. CK Al, happy Mother's Day to you, your moms, your significant others, your ladies, your wives. Happy Mother's Day. And hey, we'll bounce back on Monday. All right?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Good man.
So to the squad, great job. And yeah, we out of here, man. Peace.